Unanimous number 1 in the AP poll for 4 straight weeks. Michigan is still number 2. Houston up to number 3. Number 17, St. John's won in overtime against Xavier. Louisville ripped NC State 45 points for Mikkel Brown. 7-footer Charles Bediako cannot return to college basketball after a judge in Alabama denied his motion. He's a former G League player. In the NBA, wins for Portland and Golden State. Oklahoma City beat the Lakers 119-110. Jaylen Brown returned after last month's strained hamstring and had 23 points. New Orleans sent Sacramento to a 13th straight loss. Detroit ended Charlotte's 9-game winning streak, and Cleveland won at Denver 119-117. I'm Steve DeSager.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings for varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them and they can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of doing.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is. It's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, and the return of Bad News Bubba. Good to see you, Bubba. I've missed you. Welcome back on this Tuesday morning.
Thank you, John. I'm very glad to be here and not out there.
How'd that go? Your first time hitting the road?
It was interesting. A lot of learning lessons to be ahead. Just learning how people work in different situations, also kind of interesting. Landscape's pretty cool until they're not. Then it just gets boring.
Yeah. You're talking about like looking outside the plane window and seeing different things?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real cool for like a little bit. And then you're like, okay, enough's enough.
Going from Tennessee to, wherever, in the Texas, like New Mexico, I guess, area. I don't know the direct path of the plane, but seeing just like desert, that's all right. And then it's like, all right, man, what's new out here? And then it's like, oh, here's a couple of rock-looking formations. Are we at the Grand Canyon? No, it all looks the same out here. Okay. And then out there, it's like, man, I really can't wait to get back home. And then you see those first little bit of, rivers kind of trickling around. You're just like, here we go. This is what we know.
We're close. How was your seatmate on the plane?
Going there, it was they were cool. It was 2 women.
Okay. Did you talk to them? Did you tell them it was your first time?
I did. They were going there just for a Backstreet Boys concert. They were from Virginia.
Nice. Classic.
It was great for me, but then I found out, they were both married and had kids of their own, so that kind of ruined my momentum.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, of course. And then on the way back, it was these 2 elderly women, and one of them was fortunate enough to move seats to a different, seat aisle, I guess.
Sure.
So the middle seat then became free, and I was able to extend my leg a little bit further.
That's a beautiful perk of flying. Welcome to the club. That one's one of the best things in life, honestly. whenever you're on a plane and you realize that the seat next to you is going to be empty. That's one of the best things in life that doesn't cost you anything extra. Beautiful. Well, how was actual Vegas? Did you enjoy the Strip?
Overrated.
Yeah?
Yeah, everything about it sucks, honestly.
Okay.
It's a lawless place with lots of laws, apparently.
A lawless place with lots of laws. Okay.
I mean, we didn't really go out onto the Strip that much. We were in, like, downtown Las Vegas.
Sure.
It's like the Fremont area.
Mm-hmm.
Cool place, and then when you have to keep seeing it, it's like, all right, man, like, I've already seen what you got to offer. Everything out there is the same. All hotels have their hotel part, maybe some cool thing, personalized to them. And then it's just, oh, here's casino part that you see everywhere else with the same things.
Yeah.
And then some of them become like shopping malls out there, like, the fancy ones on the Strip. It's like, where am I at right now? Like, why is this dude singing in a gondola, like in a hotel right now? What's happening?
It sounds like you are a Gen Zer at heart. They say that Gen Z does not like Vegas.
I just hate having to lose money. And when they're out there constantly just like, hey, come on, man. And then it's like, tip your dealer, which I get that, but also like, brother, I'm struggling because of you. I don't want to tip you, And then they get mad, and then the people out there, I don't know. It's just a weird place, man. Too many street performers, too. Lots of harassment going on, but you can't really do too much about it.
You just got to keep your head down and move is kind of what you got to do.
Like, I hated those fake showgirls with their, weird whips and feather things.
You got to keep your head down
and
just
to choke me, and it's like, I'm trying to ignore you, please.
Yeah, you got to treat it like you're at a car lot, and they're trying to surround you and hound you to sell you something. You just got to keep your head down. No thanks. Be nice. Wave. Don't stop. Don't take pictures. Don't do any of those things.
It's not a good town for psychedelic drugs either. Reality itself is too twisted.
I mean, are you trying to do like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, or is it just...
Yeah, that's from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I did have a lot of loathing in Las Vegas, I can tell you that.
What were you loathing?
Just everything. Breaks didn't go my way. Couldn't capitalize on the turnovers. And then we just found ourselves in a hole, and we couldn't battle back. So,
if only you had 75 pellets of mescaline to get you through.
I couldn't even tell you how to spell that.
What'd you do for the Super Bowl?
Honestly, I did maybe the most lamest thing there ever was. So that morning, everybody kind of got up late because they had a night beforehand. I went to bed early because I was upset over the Tennessee situation. So I didn't really have much going for me. So I said, all right, well, let's just make today end, go to tomorrow. Woke up, had myself way too expensive of a pizza. And then after that, it's already, like an hour and a half till game starts. And it's like, all right, we got to get to someplace for this thing. Oh, but there's a minimum here that you got to spend on food and drinks. And I was like, brother, I just ate and had drinks. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So I let them go off, and then I went to the hotel room. And then right beforehand, I went out onto the little, Fremont experience, saw what I needed to see, got some drinks, went back to the hotel room. And honestly, I was okay with that. I went to the sports book, had a parlay a hit.
Nice.
Recovered a little bit.
Nice. You're just like me. Whenever I went out to Vegas for the Super Bowl for the first time, I told you I watched it in the hotel room. It's easy to let that happen to you if you're not careful.
I would much rather, because my original plan was to go up to the hotel pool and just watch it on my phone while just chilling there, because I figured there'd be nobody up there. But then they closed the pool early, and that kind of ruined that game plan. But
okay,
he who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man.
Thank you.
So you didn't have fun, it sounds like.
I wouldn't really say fun. It was just, it is what it is. Like, fun is not spending money to me.
It's not a city to do that then.
No, you got to spend money if you're going to have the fun. That's the problem.
I hate losing, too, so the more I lose, the more upset I get. There's nothing I can do about it. And then it's like, all right, well, let's go home.
Have you considered just to not gamble anymore?
Yeah,
because sometimes the losing is supposed to be fun. That's supposed to what makes you feel something. We were so close. Oh, damn, I can't believe that happened. Wow. Nate Ament missed, and Jalen Carey, that rascal.
That rascal, yeah.
Yeah.
So Las Vegas, overrated, Bubba?
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds like you're on the negative side of things here.
It's
surprising.
It's definitely overrated if you're going out there to gamble.
It's so cool if you're there for like one night. So that's literally all you need to see. It's just, okay, it's a hotel. Okay, here's
you are
casinos.
right about the fact that you walk in one casino, and if you're with a group of guys like I usually am, it's like there's so much walking involved that it's like, hey, we want to go to this casino next. I'm like, well, we're already at a casino.
It's like, what's the point, man? They got the
You
same
make
machines
fun
there.
of me every time, but I tell you,
Well, you go out there and eat at Chipotle.
when I go there, I post up at one place, Bubba, and I don't leave. There was one time I went out there for 4 days, and I didn't go outside. I just stayed inside the Planet Hollywood.
That sounds awesome.
And walked
honestly.
around the little mall, the little Miracle Mall there, and ate Chipotle and Panda and Duke of Earl sandwiches, and I had the time of my life. I just sat there. Nobody bothered me. I just watched sports and drank booze, and it was great. I went to the gym a couple times. That's it. I walked outside one time just to get there's a Chick-fil-A there. You had to go outside to get it, but it's right there on the thing. So I walked outside, grabbed my sandwich, went right back in. No moving around, no club hopping, no being solicited. Just me sitting there watching unlimited sports, gambling and boozing. That was fantastic.
You could have got a little vitamin D, right? I mean, you could have gone outside at least once a day.
Well, I think I might have gone to the pool, maybe, because there was it was May and I took some swimming trunks. I think I might have gone by the pool for a little bit, but I don't need to go do all the tourist stuff. That's what I say about everywhere I go, Bubba. I just go and I do what I want to do. Maybe that's why I don't get invited on trips with a bunch of people. That's fine with me because I would not walk around and do all this stuff. I'd be like, I'll catch you guys later.
Vegas is, I mean, you talk about tourist stuff. Like, it doesn't really have, like, that's all it is. Like, that's its whole identity, right? I mean,
yeah, sure. But if I go out there now, Bubba, I know this was only your first time in Vegas and that you guys were doing bachelor party stuff. So, no judgment, but that's just not the way I like doing it out there. Now, I have gotten partial to the shows. I do like going out there and catching some shows.
I was intrigued by those until I just kept seeing advertisements for Donny Osmond.
Yeah,
how old is this guy? Why is he still out here?
I've never gone and seen Donny Osmond. But
Def Leppard's on a huge thing out there. Apparently, that's all I kept seeing too is just Def Leppard shirts.
Okay, I mean that might be cool for some people, but no, I mean like when I've gone out there, I've seen some people, the concerts I've really liked. But I even took in like last time I was there the Star Wars burlesque show.
I really it piqued my interest.
It was awesome. And I don't even like Star Wars, but it was beautiful women dancing around to good music, and I really enjoyed it. Like I liked that a lot. I found that to be much more enjoyable to walk around being solicited by people on the street. So if you ever do go back, maybe go with a woman or just one friend and go actually like watch some shows and take it easy.
If you ever go back, go with me.
Yeah.
I'll show you a good time. I got connections out there. There's a guy in a van.
I will definitely keep that into consideration.
We'll call him Robert.
There's going to be
and
no
he
guy
can
out
get
there
you
named
whatever
Robert,
you
I
need.
can tell you that.
Huh?
Ain't no Roberts out there.
What do you mean by that?
I think the diversity of that city is, very split amongst those that are Spanish speaking and, non-Spanish speaking, but maybe of descendants that are.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's people from all over the world in Vegas. I mean, people go there just to work, You can make a lot of money there.
Made me feel sad though, seeing like the I don't want to presume that they're addicted to it, but like all the elderly at these casinos,
Yeah, with the oxygen
and
masks.
it's way early in the morning and stuff, and it's like, man, what are we doing here?
5 a.m. and there's an old lady smoking while wearing an oxygen mask sitting at the slot.
You got to clock in on the slot machine. You never know when it's going to be your day.
Did you see any hookers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Inside the casinos, like the ones.
They obviously, they can't go into the hotel part.
Oh, they go in there, but
yeah, but like they can't solicit them.
They're like vampires. Yeah. They have to be invited into the hotel part.
Yeah, that was my first thought. It was honestly like it. I kind of figured it out because like one was sitting all by her lonesome.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, I hope she says something as I'm walking by. And she did, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome, dude."
What'd she say? You want to go on a date?
She's like, "So what are you doing out here? You gotta have fun in Vegas, right?" And then she's like, "Yeah, it's like maybe this much, over 1 and 3 zeros, like $1,000 a night, and I was like,
so you were
okay.
negotiating?
No.
He was just curious for the pricing, probably.
And then she said that, I was like, oh yeah, I'll go consider. And then I went up to my hotel room and I said, golly, that's steep for me.
Yeah. You could have got her down probably, but
I didn't want to find out, brother.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had a time.
I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you got on a plane and just went somewhere. I think that's good for you.
It just makes me upset because I've lost a lot of money.
Yeah, no, that sucks. I'm not happy for you there, but
that's the loathing.
I'm happy you got on a plane and went and did it. Sorry you lost the money.
It happens.
Yeah.
I guess. Some guy. See, part of it, though, like, the coolest thing to me was, like, there was this group that was playing craps, and they were on a streak for, like, 2 hours.
And they were winning, having the time of their life.
They just kept yelling. I'm looking over, and Buddy's picking somebody up and carrying him around the table because he's so happy.
Their experience was much different than yours. They're back home telling people about how great Las Vegas is and how it's a magical place.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, the woman, at the roulette table was just saying, you should have bet the third column. And I was like, but you told me what the house wanted.
That is tough.
As Bubba was getting on the plane, there was a guy watching him from inside the terminal. He said, there he goes, one of God's own prototypes, a high-powered mutant of some kind never even considered for mass production. Too weird to live and too rare to die.
Bubba, send us a break. We'll come back. Some pretty big college sports news that could have a direct impact on Tennessee. We'll dive into that. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Hey, shout out of the day goes to Jemima Mashak last night. I don't know if you guys saw, but came out off the bench, played just over 20 minutes, scored himself 17 points. Looked good, looked confident. Jemima Mashak making a little bit of making his way a little bit in the league. Good performance by him. Nice of him to stick it out, work his way through the G League to the NBA, taking advantage of some opportunities. A man that couldn't do the same thing, that worked his way to the G League and got stuck and said, never mind, going to try to go back to college. Well, Charles Bediako learned his fate yesterday. The NCAA got a win. At least for now, and at least in this situation. A couple things that Alabama messed up on, and that maybe Nate Oates messed up on, ironically kind of undid Bediako. I found it kind of funny that, Bediako's whole case was built around, I need a college education. But then they had Nate Oates saying, yeah, even if he's not on the team, we'll keep him on scholarship. He can stay in school because we care about the kid. So then the NCAA was like, well, us not letting you play basketball isn't hurting you from getting a college education. Your coach said so himself. Here you go. You're good. You're set. Hey, also, we're not costing you any money because you were just making money playing basketball. It's like you had a job playing basketball. You don't need to play college basketball to make money. So that was another swing and a miss for Alabama and Bediako. And ultimately it led to his restraining order being removed and the rules going back in place and him being off the team.
Yeah, once you decide to go pro, whether that's a mistake or not, you can't go back. There has to be a firm rule in place for that. He tried to say that had he known the money that was going to be available, that he wouldn't have gone pro and that, he would have stayed in college and made that money. But everybody would have done that. Go back to the guys who played in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. Everybody would have liked to have had the money, but just because you didn't know it was coming a year or two down the road, you went pro. It is what it is, as Bubba says about Las Vegas.
It's kind of funny that Alabama and Bediako were trying to say that not being able to play basketball would be irreparable damage to him, to which they said, well, actually, no. Any lost income is reasonably quantifiable, and therefore, by definition, it is not irreparable because that means it cannot be adequately measured or compensated by money. We'll know how much money you lost, but also you were just getting paid in the G League as recently as last month. So this case isn't about whether or not you can be paid to play basketball. It's just about who pays you to play basketball. Go ahead. You also won't miss out on the college experience like you're claiming because Alabama's saying you can stay in school. You can get the college experience. You can go back to being a college student. Pack it up. You're gone. You're not playing at Alabama.
I wonder if Alabama should be judged on the games that he played in.
Say that one more time.
I think Alabama should be penalized in some way for the games that he played in.
He got 3 wins.
I think the selection committee should look at that and not count those wins.
They said that they were going to judge Alabama by the roster they had available to them at the time of judging. So basically, they're not going to count their wins. Or I don't know how they're actually going to remove that from their mind. You know what I mean? We saw the games, we see the record, but they say they're going to not count those wins. Now, whether or not they punish Auburn, Auburn lost to Alabama this weekend. Does Auburn get punished for losing that game? Does Tennessee still get rewarded for winning that game? Do they get any extra credit for beating a G Leaguer?
I think Alabama's record at the end of the day should be whatever it is, minus the Bediako games, wins and losses, whatever. Just throw those games out and then look at Alabama and say, is this a tournament team?
I think they should have to keep the losses personally, but I understand what you're saying. Just take
if you're not going to give them credit for the wins, do you look at the losses? I don't know how you decide that, but if they lost games with a pro on the floor,
I feel like in college football, whenever coaches have to vacate wins, they always specify the wins, right? It's not like, hey, we're just vacating all these games. They did go out of their way to say you're vacating wins.
Yeah, they keep the losses.
Yeah. So I think the precedent is kind of set there in college sports just for saying we're going to punish you for just the good stuff. Bad stuff you still got to wear. Still got to eat that.
Yeah, they should have never brought him back. I mean, that was too far. We crossed the bridge too far.
Now the question becomes how this affects these cases moving forward of players seeking extra eligibility. Of course, Tennessee in that position with Joey Aguilar.
I hope that this ruling doesn't have any impact on Aguilar. I mean, I feel like this is a different situation when you've got a guy who was already playing pro basketball versus a guy who just hasn't had his number of years in NCAA eligibility, who is playing at a lower level. You know, I feel like they're two different situations. So I hope the Bediako thing doesn't have any impact on Joey.
Is that because you are a Tennessee fan wanting Joey back?
Well, yes, I'm biased.
Yeah.
But I also...
Like, do you feel the same way about Trinidad Chambliss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm biased, but also, isn't it true that it's a different situation?
It is true that it's a different situation. Yeah, for sure. That there's different nuances of it. But ultimately, from a macro level, it is still a player that has exhausted eligibility, looking for more eligibility, and is going to do so by arguing like about money that they're going to lose. But whereas Bediako is getting paid to play football, Joey Aguilar is not in a professional league getting paid to play. Now, the judge could say, there's plenty of options. If you can't make the NFL, go try the UFL. Go try Canadian football. There's other avenues to go make money.
But that was before he played at Tennessee. So you couldn't argue that he could have gone to the UFL because he's talking about his time before being a Tennessee Vol.
Sure,
Whereas
but he's also looking for another year of eligibility of being a Tennessee Vol.
Well, yeah, but he didn't have, like, to me, it's just so different when you look at playing at a junior college level versus playing pro basketball.
Correct.
It's Bediako was already at his school. He was already at his NCAA school.
Correct. Well, yes.
And then went pro and then wanted to go back to get his NCAA. Like, you can't do that.
And also something that I think stood out or should stand out in the ruling by the judge was basically the judge telling Bediako that, quote, Bediako had no reasonable expectation that he would be allowed to play basketball again since no one else has ever done it. I did find that to be noteworthy because you could say that Joey Aguilar and his camp does have reasonable expectation that they win this case, that they are making plans in their life built around being granted, because we've seen quarterbacks get extra years of eligibility if they have not exhausted 4 years at the D1 level. We saw it with Diego Pavia. You know, we're seeing it with Chambliss. We're seeing that happen. So I do think that part of the judge's ruling is, to your point, Cody, showing that it's a little bit different of a situation.
Yeah, and Joey is maybe asking for the least among all these guys. Whereas Bediako, you know, like you said, he's asking for something that's never been done before, asking him to change the entire format of how this works for him.
I would probably say that is Joey asking more or less than what Chambliss is asking for, because Chambliss is asking for a red shirt ruling, right? Is that not what the crux of his case is that he should have gotten a medical red shirt?
Medical, yeah.
Yeah, and like the school and the NCAA are on the same page of that in terms of whether or not he was medically redshirting. So I think Joey trying to get just a whole nother year of eligibility is probably asking a little bit more than what Chambliss is, if I had to weigh them against each other.
Well, maybe so. But, you know, the Chambliss thing, I mean, they're kind of just creating an injury, aren't they?
I don't know if they were or not.
Creating that out of thin air.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, I mean, there's the proof, like the burden of proof. I don't know what they'll have to argue for that, but
he didn't play in the games and, like, you know, is saying it was because of injury. So, like, I don't know. they have doctors that say that he was hurt, but like I don't know if if the judges will use that those doctors as reputable or if that matters or whatever. Whereas Joey's just saying, hey, those were like JV years; those don't count.
Well, we feel pretty good if we're in a Tennessee court or if we're Ole Miss and we're in a Mississippi court. Like, you feel pretty good when it's at your state level, right? But this can go beyond.
Well, this Bediako case was in Alabama, so like this is a win for the NCAA in the backyard of Alabama basketball. So that wasn't their saving grace. But I do agree with ultimately with what you're saying, though, that the Bediako thing is such a farce that it's easy to look at this and say, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah, and literally everyone felt that way looking at it.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Greg Sankey came out and said, hey, we are not in favor of this. We don't think Bediako should be clear. He hasn't done that, to my knowledge, about Trinidad Chambliss or about Joey Aguilar.
Right.
He hasn't came out and said, we don't want this. This is dumb. This is bad for college sports.
Yeah, because you clear Bediako and then you open the door to just anybody who's in the G League.
Or just the NBA player that came back that played 10 games in the NBA that wanted to come back. Like, you start getting to, well, how many games of professional basketball matter? Okay, if the G League doesn't count, all right, do we count, a rookie season in the NBA where you play 3 games? What's the cutoff there? 3 games, 4 games? Is it really worse to play 2 games in the NBA than it is to play 2 seasons in the G League? I don't know. So, like you try to cut off the slippery slope for sure.
The waters get muddy.
We've already kind of gotten muddy in college football. Just with the guys that have been in college for 9 years because of medical red shirts. Like, that's already muddy enough. Remember that tight end at Miami?
Yeah.
That was in 27 years old, coming back for a 9th year. Like that.
Yeah, there have been some weird ones over the years with the medical stuff.
Yeah, so that's already gotten a little muddy.
Yeah, but at least those are loopholes that sort of make sense. Whereas a guy going pro, that the way it has always existed is you go pro, you forego your college eligibility. It is what it is. You can't go pro and then come back. And I'm glad they're keeping that the same as it's always been.
So ultimately, if you had to say that this Charles Bediako ruling affected the way you view Joey Aguilar's case, you would say no?
Yeah, I'd say no. I don't think it should have any impact on it.
To me, I would say that it impacts the way I view it a little bit. Like, I do think this is just a win for the NCAA. And we're not used to seeing them get any wins. So, the fact they got one does give me less confidence that Joey is going to get cleared. Now, it doesn't make the pendulum swing back to where I'm betting that he doesn't, but I went from, before this weekend, I was up to like 75, 80%, and now it gets knocked down a couple pegs.
Down about 60?
Yeah, down to like 60 or 55. Like, I still think it's probably more likely than not, but it goes from almost, getting into foregone conclusion territory to now you're kind of back to hoping that the lawyers and the judges are on the same page and that you argue it the right way and that the SEC doesn't put their weight behind opposing it.
I don't think the SEC will do that. I don't see why Sankey would do that. But I think, was it Adam Sparks at the Sentinel? I think he said maybe at the end of last week he was at 75% or somewhere in there. About like you said.
Okay.
That he thought Joey was going to be cleared.
I didn't see him say that, but that felt like it was the growing momentum. It did feel like that was the sentiment that most people thought it was more likely than not.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for Adam Sparks, but I believe I heard that on the radio. Our afternoon guys are connected with him,
Yeah.
So, Friday, right? We should know. I mean, I guess the judge would get a couple of days after that to make a ruling, but we might know Friday.
That is the idea. Yep, is that we'll have their day in court, and then the judge is allowed. I don't know how many days he's allowed to make up his mind and do his ruling. I would imagine it would be something that's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, maybe he'd know on Friday.
Yeah, like I would almost say that. Would would you not almost already have your mind made up before you even got in there? And maybe that's the bad part about they try to make you be very careful about that when it comes to
I don't think a judge is supposed to look at that.
Yeah, but even like jury duty, you're not supposed to have your mind made up like so early.
I would make a great juror because I can tell when a guy's guilty just by looking at him.
There you go. And you've ruined somebody's life.
Yep.
But I feel like if I was the judge, and I feel like if I was the judge in the Bediako case, I would have had my mind made up too of like, this is ridiculous. This is stupid.
Well,
now maybe you could win me over with some arguments. Maybe you could I never thought of that point. Yeah, that's a good one. You referenced a court case that has boxed me in. Now I have to rule on your side. But I think I'd come into this high profile case knowing, man, this is ridiculous. This guy went to play basketball in the G League and he left college and he came back. Yeah, this is stupid.
And I'm sure judges feel that way sometimes because they are human, right?
Sure.
Human bias is not something you can just completely ignore.
But also, this is a case that you are going to have heard about and know about, especially, living in Knoxville and being aware of the situation and being, you're not supposed to be impacted by these if you're judges. But this one's interesting because if he's not a Tennessee fan, somebody in his life is. You know what I mean? But he lives in Knoxville, and you can't argue about the economic impacts of a good football team versus a bad football team.
Yeah.
Charles Bediako, from an Alabama perspective, him playing basketball for another month, that doesn't impact anything.
No, there's no impact on the local economy there.
This has almost a year's worth of impact on a local economy.
Yeah, and it's football versus basketball. It's the breadwinner.
Well, it's a whole season and plan too, also versus hey, we're gonna try to sneak you in the middle of the year through the back door.
And it's a quarterback.
And it's the quarterback versus a bench player. It's much bigger of a case. And I'm sure they're having the same discussion down in Mississippi with Trinidad Chambliss. And you could say there's more at stake there because they are a playoff team. They're a team that is a lot closer, or at least probably feels a lot closer to winning a national championship. I won't pretend to know exactly what Ole Miss has coming back and returning this year, or what they got in the transfer portal, or where they stack up. But they were pretty close to winning a championship last year. You would imagine if you bring this guy back, you'd feel like you were pretty close.
It'd be the goal.
In Chambliss' situation, I find him to be much more embarrassing, to be honest. And maybe that's not fair, but you can go make millions of dollars in the NFL. You would likely be a first-round pick. You were slotted as the number 3 quarterback. You should go and try to make somebody fall in love with you. Joey doesn't really have that option.
No, Joey's a college quarterback. And the college quarterback should be in college.
We'll continue the conversation. We'll take your quotes. Let us know what you think over in the YouTube chat. We'll get to it. We'll talk more about it. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree-cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Welcome to Axle Logistics. where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Asking the Star Wars burlesque equals strip club. No. They do not get all the way naked at the burlesque show. It's tasteful. It is not a strip. It was not a strip joint. It was tasty, or tasteful, but also tasty.
Tasty.
I meant to say tasteful, but I guess I was flashing back to how I felt in there, and it was tasty in there. But I meant tasteful.
You thought the burlesque show was tasty.
I meant tasteful. I meant tasteful.
Now, are those women dancing?
Yeah, there are men too.
The men dressed as women?
No, they were all women dancing.
Oh.
Very beautiful women dancing.
Oh, okay.
But there were male characters too, like Han Solo was there.
Chewbacca, was he male?
Yeah. But I mean, they kept their clothes on. I mean, they took their shirts off from time to time, but like they kept their shirts on.
Do you think that was tasty?
I thought they were good dancers.
Yeah. Well,
you gotta have something for everybody. You know what I mean? If you want women to go watch,
I never really knew
men
what a burlesque show was.
It's basically
feathers.
PG-13. Just think of it as PG-13.
Feathers.
No, I mean you can have feathers, sure, but
there's not a lot of feathers.
There wasn't in this one.
I would imagine a lot of feathers.
The old school burlesque, yeah, they had the big feathers and stuff, but this wasn't that.
Oh.
Just think of it as like PG-13.
Okay.
Nothing too vulgar.
Tasteful.
Tasty.
Tasty dancing.
Tasty dancing.
Very well.
Lightning LeRae writes in, all them Joey haters are about to be crapping their pants when they realize he may not be our quarterback after all. They're about to get their wish, which is interesting. And you saw a little bit of a tone shift last night in the VolQuest chat room. You know, they do their Monday night chat. And the conversation did kind of have a different tone to it when it came back to the quarterback position, where, you know, they're asking about George McIntyre and whether or not he feels slighted at all during all this.
Yes.
Like, is there damage done to the George McIntyre relationship?
Probably.
That it seems like Tennessee and the staff is pretty, I don't know if I can go as far as saying desperate, but they do seem very interested or very, very motivated to help Joey Aguilar get another year of eligibility.
I think desperate is a perfectly fine word. I think either you have a quarterback or you don't, depending on this ruling.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the case, but I don't know if the university wants that message out there. You know what I mean?
Probably not.
I don't think they want us. They want it to feel so dire, because even, you know, not to pick on VolQuest, they do a great job, but like we do kind of know that they are. You know, Brent Hubbs is an employee of the University of Tennessee, right? Like, I mean, he does the in-game stuff he does great at, but like that's kind of the gig there. They're not necessarily trying to paint the university in a bad light, is what I'll say.
Right. Yes.
And they've been trying really hard to do some damage control over the last couple months in terms of the narrative that they kind of created about George McIntyre being too skinny. They have really tried to go back on that and really tried to downplay it and talk about, hey, Marcel Reed's very skinny and he just went to the playoff. George is fine.
I don't worry so much about George being skinny as I do whether or not the guy can play.
Sure.
That's the concern.
Sure.
Can he play?
I think that's fair.
Because whatever, skinny, not skinny, I feel like that's probably a little overblown.
I think it's very overblown, and I said the same thing, during Nico's freshman year.
Yeah, forget skinny. Can the guy play? And it seems like maybe the skinny thing is the excuse for that he can't play. That's what I worry about.
I think I don't know with George if exactly what you said I agree with in terms of it being an excuse, because I do think there's more to it, just in the sense of ideally, if you had the choice, Cody, between a skinny quarterback or a strong quarterback, which
thick,
you'd pick thick, right?
Thick,
yeah,
with 2 C's.
You would pick athletic and strong looking. If you
big ass like Peyton Manning,
exactly. If you could
under thighs,
if you could make that choice,
Cam Newton,
you would take that quarterback.
That's right.
And I do think that it's fair to say that, like, as a guy getting a redshirt year that wasn't really focused on playing, you could have reasonably expected that quarterback to put on some weight and get stronger.
Yeah.
So I think originally them pointing out that he wasn't getting weight was almost to try to hold his feet to the fire of accountability of like, bro, you've got one job right now, and that's to gain weight and get stronger, and you're not doing it. So, like, does that extrapolate out? Does that carry over? Can I trust you to do your film study? Can I trust you to do what it takes to be a leader and starting quarterback if you're not even doing something as simple as gaining 10 pounds?
If I can't even trust you to get strong.
Right. To me, that was always a big part of it. I know the conversation, like I said, even going back to Nico, was like, hey, these quarterbacks are too small to survive in the SEC. They'll get broken in half. I never really bought into that because I watched Johnny Manziel. You know what I mean? I watched Lamar Jackson. I
was going to say, Lamar Jackson was not thick.
Right. Now,
he was a skinny guy out there.
Now, he was super fast, and you couldn't really get good shots on him. That's fine. I understand that. But, like, he was small. He wasn't big.
Yeah.
So I always kind of push back to that. But I do kind of buy the concern of, like, can I trust you to be a leader? Can I trust you to do what it takes to be the face of a $100 million organization, which is what Tennessee football is? I mean, it is a 9-figure franchise over there.
Certainly.
Can I trust you to be the leader of it if I can't trust you to do your job? That, to me, that was always the main part of the George McIntyre weight complaints.
Yeah. Well, and maybe that's what it stems down to.
But there are a lot of people that do also worry that he'll get broken in half. Like, it's not only that.
Yeah. I don't know whether or not he can play. The only way to find that out is to put him on the field and him play. And therein lies the danger of the unknown, because there's no way to know unless you put him on the field. Now, Sam, who's not here at the moment, he's tried to convince us that the guy just can't play.
I will say Sam is coming from a place where he's heard some of the same things I've heard about George over on campus.
Right.
And things people have said about his practice performances last year. And Sam is completely buying into him, whereas I am giving a little bit more grace in terms of a guy getting better and allowing some growth and allowing a different mentality if you're the starter, but also just, getting more mature as a player and individual.
Well, and I don't care so much what they say about what a guy does in practice.
Right. And Sam is really caring about that.
You got to put a guy on the field to know he can play. And now if you want to say in terms of leadership or whatever, he's not a good leader in practice, whatever. There's a lot of things you can determine from practice, but I don't believe you can determine whether or not a guy can play.
Do you buy into leadership getting better the older you are and developing as well? Because
sure,
he's a young guy, and I do think there are guys that lead by example. So, like, if he was in there busting his ass every day, like, guys would notice that. But also, like, very rarely is a freshman going to be a leader his first year on campus. You know what I mean? So, like,
right. And especially from a vocal standpoint. I mean,
like I said, he could have been there working out and, like, leading by example, first one in, last one out. Guys take notice of that. But, like, I don't know if it's fair to ask George to be a leader from day one either. But, it is so much of the Nico conversation because everybody freaked out about that with Nico, and I kind of said the same thing there. I don't need him to be the rah-rah fiery guy. I know you want that in your quarterback, But I was like, he's young and he's a little bit more reserved. Like, I want my quarterbacks to be a leader one way or the other. They can be the Baker Mayfield, rah, let's go kill everybody. Or they can be like, hey, I'm just going to be a quiet assassin. Now, Nico, it ended up, those red flags about the lack of leadership, they played out. You saw that, towards the end of his tenure here.
Well, you've got to have leadership on the rest of your team.
Sure.
That's the thing. You can't put it all on your quarterback if he's not that guy. Like, I think that's been a big problem at Tennessee under Heupel, is I don't know what kind of leadership we've really had from a lot of our players. You have to have player leaders. It can't come down from just the coaching staff. And I think we've had some personnel concerns when it comes to that over the years.
Was there anything that stood out last year with Joey Aguilar and his leadership? Because everyone talked about him being a good dude.
Yeah, he fit right in, and the guys liked him.
I know for a fact that like one of the first things he did when he got here was organize a team bonding, like with the offense. They all got together and ate, and like he kind of picked it up and set all that up. So like he tried to do that type of stuff with leadership, but like I can't get past, or at least I haven't yet. Maybe I will eventually, but like I can't get past the end of the year when he came out and took a blowtorch to Josh Heupel and the practice that we have. Like, and just basically is like, we don't practice good enough. Guys don't do what they're supposed to do in practice, and that kind of hurt us towards the back half of the year.
Well, is that an indictment on him, or is it an indictment on practice?
Well, I think it's both. I think it's definitely an indictment on Josh Heupel and his practice. And the hope there is that, Jim Knowles and maybe some different guys on defense will come here and demand better. But also, like, it's also on the quarterback that is the leader of the team, that is, an elder statesman. He's not a freshman. He's a 23-year-old quarterback leading the team. Like, at a certain point, does he not have to kind of speak up and be like, hey, guys, this practice is unacceptable. Like, we got to do something better, yada, yada, yada.
Is that not maybe what he was trying to do?
Well, he did it at the end of the season.
Uh-huh.
If he did it after the Alabama game, after the Georgia game, where there's still time to save it and rectify it, that would be something about him holding accountable. When he gets to the end of the year and does it, that's kind of a, hey, here's me saying the quiet part out loud.
Well,
it does us no good after when he says that at the end of the season. It does us no good.
No, but it might do us good now.
Sure.
If he comes back for this other year and recognizes that.
If he gets an extra year of eligibility and you got some killers on defense here, maybe all that can change, and that could be a moment that there is growth and there is leadership and that there is, some residual impacts coming the next year. But like him doing it where it seemed like he was on the way out, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It just felt like, Tim Robbins in the hot dog suit trying to figure out, who we're trying to find the guy who did this. The quarterback of the team saying we don't practice good enough. I'm like, brother, that's supposed to be part of your job duty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not too hung up on what a guy says in the press conference.
I always call him Robbins.
Robinson. In the moment. Yeah, I was thinking about the guy from the Shawshank.
Yeah. Always. Whenever I go to actually say it out loud, I pump fake. Robinson.
Tim Robbins was in the Shawshank.
Yeah, that's Andy Dufresne.
Right? That's right.
Yeah. Robinson's is the hot dog. The mean.
Yeah,
guy.
I was picturing the Shawshank guy in a hot dog suit.
Yeah.
I didn't know where. I wasn't sure where we were at with that. But
yeah.
But I wouldn't call it a blowtorch.
Maybe not. Maybe it's how I felt because emotions were high after the Vanderbilt game, and it was impactful for me, and it made me mad. It made me incensed. It was fire for me to just be disgusted with Josh Heupel, to be disgusted with Joey, and be disgusted with the way in particular, the offense finished the year. Now, the defense was terrible too, but like it to me was a very, very bad end of the season.
Well, you should feel that way, and I feel that way. I hope they feel that way. We should all be disgusted by the way the season ended.
But for me, like your quarterback coming out and saying that made it worse. Maybe it wasn't a blowtorch as much as it was a lighter or a match that you threw on a fire, because the gasoline was already on there from the way the season ended. The Oklahoma
paper
game
kindling.
Yeah, like it was all
stuffing leaves, throwing some leaves in there.
It was all set, and I was drenched, and who knows, maybe it would have caught fire anyways. But like, yeah, him him talking about the practice on the way out, it really incensed me. Like it really made me angry.
There was also the part where he held the team hostage for another $1 million.
I don't think it was
a couple $100,000.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't that. It wasn't. It was basically just another game check.
It wasn't what Nico did.
Yeah, it wasn't that, but that didn't help. And then the performance in the bowl game didn't help.
No, but, a fresh start to a new year, I think we would all be happy with getting Joey back and where we would be going into the spring.
Part of that is because of the way you feel about George McIntyre as well.
Yeah, and just the fact that Faison Brandon is a true freshman.
Right.
Yeah, and I imagine that's how they feel in the football offices over there.
To me, it was a little bit of a you tell me how you feel. The question that Austin Price got asked was, does GMAC feel slighted at all? This staff is clearly trying to get Joey eligible. When this likely fails, will they do damage control? Will there be damage control they need to do? Egos are most certainly high these days. And the answer Austin Price gave said, no, not slighted, but disappointed.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but the likely fails part, that was from the person asking the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it just ties into, like I said, the pendulum seems to be swinging where people are starting to get at least more pessimistic.
I'm sure George does feel a type of way about it.
Yeah.
But, you can do two things with that. You can either wallow in it or you can go prove them wrong. I mean, that's all you can do. And either he's got it or he doesn't.
Fire me up, Cody. Fire me up.
Well, I mean, that's his only two choices, isn't it?
Yeah.
They say you're not good enough. Go prove them right or prove them wrong.
It is either fight or flight. That is what it is.
Go be good enough.
Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, Knoxville. Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right. Zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville. You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Hello, John. First-time caller, long-time listener.
You're listening to TalkSports.
When will Tennessee's administration get on their knees and look to me for an answer?
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Make noise. Make more noise to your administration. It is time to rebel. I, God, have your back, Tennessee fans.
This is so uncomfortable.
Airing every day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
God, why are you calling this show?
Because I care. You're good people.
Thank you, God. All these media people keep acting like we're the devil. You know the devil. We're not him.
They're all in Gainesville. Anyway, thanks for the time today. Love the show. Again, long-time listener.
On 1340 WKGN.
John Curry is an atheist. Yeah, what a time to...
Well, shout out to Brizzy for letting me know. See, that's one of the things
you did ask for it.
We were just literally talking about the improvements made and the audience feedback. I do appreciate. Is it annoying sometimes when we get like 20 emails telling us our station is down? Like we don't know? Yes, a little bit. But at the same time, you tell us because you care.
I can't hear you.
Are you ever coming back? Well, the hope is, yes, everything will be better than ever before. And now here it is. We are good to go. Let's kick off hour 2 with some headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
Thanks, John. No Peterson, no problem. Last night, a tremendous basketball game. that personally I won money on.
Congrats.
With a Kansas money line bet and a parlay with the over.
Did you put that parlay in before or after you knew that Kansas was going to be without Peterson?
Before.
Yeah.
And then I heard they would be without Peterson. I said, oh, of course. But it didn't matter. You know why? Because Bill Self does not lose on Big Monday. 39-0, now 40-0.
What?
Bill Self on Big Monday.
He has never lost on Big Monday?
ESPN Big Monday, Bill Self is now 40-0.
That
Also,
can't be a real stat.
It is. Look it up. Type in and you go to your computer, go to the search bar to your browser.
No, I'm going to go. I'll search Twitter first.
Go to Ask Jeeves.
No.
And type in Bill Self.
I'm just typing in Bill Self Monday.
Big Monday. Maybe you should put Big Monday.
Vanilla Vic writes in or tweets himself. Kansas State University and nowhere ball. Okay, so he's the Avery's hair, the quarterback. Bill Self being 40-0 on Big Mondays is such an absurd stat.
Guy don't lose.
This is before the game. Kansas is 35-0 straight up under Bill Self in conference home games played on Monday. Kansas has never been a dog in these games and won 26 of them by double digits. This guy says Bill Self is 38 on Big Monday. So, there is some discrepancy on, what the exact number is, but it does appear that the most important number is 0.
There was a sign in the crowd that said 38-0.
Okay.
And then on the broadcast, they said, you see that sign there? Actually, it's 39-0, Bill Self on Big Monday.
Okay.
And then they won, so.
Well, yeah, this Bleacher Report betting had 38-0. All right. Like I said, the actual story is just the O there.
Bill Self don't lose.
Now, is that at Kansas?
I think so.
Well, I mean, home games?
I think it must be. I don't know. I think Bill Self is just unbeaten on ESPN Big Monday.
If he's never lost, I think it's home games.
Well, you got to think typically in all those years where they dominated the Big 12, they would have been a favorite.
John Rothstein says, okay, I trust John Rothstein. He's the go-to guy for college basketball. He says Kansas is now 40-0 at Allen Fieldhouse.
You're saying John Rothstein's more reliable than I am?
Yes.
I'm about as reliable as Lindsey Vohn's left knee.
She said that her knee was not why she crashed. She said her arm got caught. She said it had nothing to do with it.
Sure.
Well, I think she would know. I think it'd be easy to say my knee gave out on me. That's why I crashed. She said I flew too close to the sun.
I have a Lindsey Vonn take
5
that
inches.
Is probably not popular. I think it was stupid of her to compete. You've got a torn ACL. Nobody's going to fault you for not.
It's her last time ever.
Well, I know, but nobody's faulting you. You've had a tremendous career.
You're not the man in the arena. You don't get it.
That's what I was saying to John last week. I said she's going to waste a chance at another medal for one of us because her pride's getting in the way.
I just think it's goofy.
If she was able to
you
be
got
out,
a torn ACL, you're not going to win.
If she might have, you don't need an ACL to ski.
Sure you do. To make those cuts, you kidding me?
No.
To make the type of cuts you got to make to win.
I think
the
she knows more about it than we do, and she said she didn't need the ACL to make the cuts.
Well, clearly she did.
No, she said her arm. She said it was just another mistake that had nothing to do with it. I'm taking her.
It had nothing to do.
I'm
with
taking her at face value. She said it didn't impact. She said she just.
I don't.
5 inches. She cut the corner too close, and she hit her arm. I don't know if you saw, but the crash, she hit her arm. Her arm got spun around.
Yeah, but I don't believe that it had nothing to do with it. Because if you could make the proper cuts that you're used to making with confidence, I don't think that happens.
I don't think you know anything about downhill
don't.
skiing.
You're right. I don't.
I think I'm going to take her and her team of doctors and Team USA's word on it.
Well,
a lot more
now
than
the poor gal is never going to be able to walk again.
Yes, she
her
will.
legs been completely shattered in 8 places.
Well, that had nothing to do with the knee. Yeah, she just broke her leg, but she'll be fine. She's a warrior.
Well, I understand that, and I appreciate
You go
that.
out there and you fall and you die on your sword. You don't go out there and say, "Hey,
this isn't Rome.
I retire.
This isn't Rome.
I'm scared." No, you go out there and you die on your sword.
This is Milan.
I thought you were a warrior. I thought you were a varsity athlete.
I wouldn't have played on a torn ACL.
What about a sprained ankle?
No, I didn't play on that either.
You ain't got no dog in you.
I couldn't walk.
You ain't got no dog in you.
It's a lot harder on an offensive lineman.
Especially an overweight one, beefed up on steroids. Drake May just took.
Was that necessary?
Drake May took the shot in his shoulder and said, "You know what? I'll go out there and try to throw the best I can to have the whole world, 130 million people, make fun of me."
Yeah, and he sucked too.
Well, I know, but he laid it out on the line.
I would have rather seen Josh Dobbs,
just like Lindsey Vonn did. She laid it out on the line.
Well, I tell you who didn't have the dog.
And just
in
by
him.
the way, Bubba, hold on 1 second. Just by the way, Bubba, if 41-year-old Lindsey Vonn was able to come qualify and take somebody's spot, the person whose spot they took was not winning a gold medal. So you could put that to the side of she took a chance away from us winning gold. No, if she was able to come in basically out of retirement and be like, I want the spot and beat that person out, brother, that person wasn't good enough to win a medal. All right.
Well, I tell you who was more in line with the way I look at it is Darren Peterson, because he just had flu-like symptoms and he couldn't play. He had a little cough and decided he wasn't going to play.
You know what? I can't say that about you because you've been sick the last couple of days and you showed up to play. So you got more dog in you than Darren Peterson.
Yeah, well, you do what you got to do to entertain the people, I guess. But actually, it's just because I used my sick days on days I wasn't really all that sick.
Yeah.
And so now I feel bad.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't want to keep missing days.
Well, at least you got that in you. You at least have some shame. Like, you don't want to let your team down. Whereas Darren Peterson was like, you know what? I don't really feel like being there.
If Sam was here, maybe I'd take a day. But, I am needed today. So Kansas handed Arizona its first loss of the season. 23-0, now 23-1. Tommy Lloyd, who was the Arizona coach, was not happy at the end of the game. But he says, Kansas is a hell of a team. They're a hell of a team. Let's not make this about Darren Peterson. He didn't play because he was sick. They beat the #1 team in the country at home. They did a hell of a job, and their coach did a hell of a job. That should be the story.
I got to say, I have completely, changed my tune when it comes to Kansas. I think everybody has. They were getting kind of rode off at the beginning of the year.
Without him?
Well, yeah, just without him or even with him. They were barely top 25 even with him. And, just seemed like Bill Self was – I think I even said, he's got health problems. What's he even hanging on for? It's not like they're going to win anything.
He's got heart troubles. Yeah.
Right. But I was like, they're not even going to win anything. What's the points? You're not a contender. You're like a 4 seed, but, pretty good. Pretty good. Now, I don't know if Peterson's ever going to play. I don't know if you're going to be able to rely on him in the tournament either. And they need him to win a national championship. But even without him being the #1 team at home, that has to be a pretty good feeling for Bill Self.
Yeah, and of course in the tournament you're not going to get to play at Fog Allen Fieldhouse.
Sure.
But on a neutral court you probably take Arizona in that game, but
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, they get Peterson back, the sky's probably the limit, right? They got a good team. 4 players were tossed after a brawl in the Pistons-Hornets game.
Did you see anything from this? Did you see clips of that?
No, but I have now because you showed me the video. But a fight between the Pistons and Hornets broke out in Monday night's game in the third quarter, resulting in 4 player ejections. Moussa Diabate. I didn't know there were 2 Diabates.
He got into it. Well, what do you mean? Who's the other one?
The guy isn't there a guy named Diabate that plays at Kentucky from Alabama?
Okay.
Are they brothers?
I don't know.
I guess related. I didn't know there were 2 of them.
Yeah, it was a pretty wild fight that led to Jalen Duren, the Memphis guy. He got into it with Diabate, which then led to Miles Bridges, who has some anger issues of his own, getting involved with Jalen Duren, which then led to Isaiah Stewart, who is a maniac, storming onto the court from the bench to really fight. So here's the whole thing, Cody. We can bring you up to speed. So there's just a little basketball play, 2 guys banging in the post. You get a little bit of a foul there. Clean basketball play so far. They take exception. They go nose to nose here. Then you get a shove to the face. Once you get the shove to the face,
well,
there goes Miles Bridges giving a shove. Diabate takes a swipe. He's ready to go. There's Tobias Harris, VFL, trying to hold him back. This guy does not want to be held back. He is mad, and he is storming even more. He got pushed in the face. He got mushed.
I got to say, more so than anything here, great camera work.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very clear picture.
You get mushed in the face like that, it's time to go. And you know, this might be
FanDuel Sports Network. They have
this is essentially what Fox Sports Southeast used to be. I don't know if you ever watched it or Bally Sports.
Well, they're doing a great job.
But here's the fight. So okay, Tobias fails and holding him back. The coach is trying to hold him back. Now they're kind of spilling right there into the court side where, you know, we've seen the Malice in the Palace. You're on the players, you're on the fans now. Now you're on the rich fans. You know, you're not going into the crowd like you did in Detroit, but
it's always worse if a rich fan gets hit than a regular fan.
Well, they're not going to be probably as likely to go out and throw fast. But then here comes this guy storming in off the bench.
Now,
here comes
this maniac.
This is Isaiah Stewart. He's the one that tried to fight LeBron like 3 or 4 years ago. He doesn't really care. He's there to fight. He's a goon. But he's also decently good at basketball. But he's their enforcer. So he comes storming in. You'll see him here.
It's like the fight was over, and then this guy just broke out of the cage or something.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets suspended like 10 games for this at least, because, like you said, it was a little bit under the control. And then let's get back to the maniac.
He just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, and the internet has since put Stone Cold Steve Austin music on it as Stone Cold runs to the ring. They're kind of giving Isaiah Stewart that treatment and giving it the, by God, here's Stone Cold.
He just decided to make himself part of the fight.
Yeah, we need better. I guess the TV didn't want to give him a
like
hero's.
it's cooled off.
Didn't want to give him a hero's welcome and show us reviews. I got to find you a different angle though of Stewart coming in, because that's when it was go time. Here you go. Here's Isaiah Stewart coming out. You can get a better idea of just him storming in there, and they kind of square up. And he's actually in there. He starts throwing elbows on the head. He gets him in a headlock and kind of is giving him the business.
Well, and you said this guy's been a part of several fights.
Yeah, this guy.
So he's just he's obviously got some aggressive tendencies.
This guy, he's there.
Probably shouldn't be in the league.
He, you know, every day when he puts on that Detroit Pistons jersey, he is thinking about the bad boys. He is thinking about how he
is ready to commit assault at any moment.
He says he is in the league 35 years too late. If you'd have put him there with Isaiah Thomas and you know,
yes,
Bill Laimbeer,
perhaps he should have chosen a path in the UFC or something of that nature.
But I got to give them credit. They weren't like hold me back guys. People always say that the basketball players don't ever really want to fight. That wasn't the case.
No, he wants to fight.
Isaiah Stewart was ready to fight.
It looks like he wants to fight. Well, in other news, one of the 49ers players has been shot in San Francisco. Defensive lineman Keon White. You familiar with him?
No, I'm not.
Well, he got shot Monday morning, sustaining a bullet wound to the ankle. So shot in the ankle, so nothing major there. He'll I assume he'll survive.
Tell that to him. I bet he views it as kind of major. He's got a bad limp at the very least. And if you're a professional
Lindsey Vonn would still ski if she got shot in the ankle.
If you're a professional athlete, especially a big guy, like you need your ankles to be in good health. I mean, that would shorten your career, you would think.
Well, I don't know. It says he sustained a bullet wound to the ankle. Underwent successful surgery yesterday afternoon, according to the team. His injuries were not considered to be career-threatening. So police said they responded to a shooting at a business on Mission Street around 4:06 a.m., found a victim with a gunshot wound. So, they're looking into it, I guess. I guess there was a verbal altercation between two groups inside a place, and somehow or another, a 49ers player got shot in the ankle.
So this one drew some ire from people from Isaiah Stewart as well, as he threw down one of the faces of the league. Here he is just taking Giannis from behind and throwing him down. Just boom. This is like you on the basketball court. Just grabbed him by the back of the jersey.
You can't do that.
Grabbed him by the back of the jersey with two hands and just slung him down. So there he is doing that.
Yeah, that's the superstar of the league.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do that.
No.
That's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
But credit to Giannis for realizing, most people I'd probably get up and try to fight, but I'm just going to let this one go. I'm seeing if I can find the one where he tried to kill LeBron. Yeah, here he is where he gets busted up, and he tries to kill LeBron. So LeBron, I guess, gave him a little bit of an elbow, and this guy goes absolutely crazy. And again, face of the league here, LeBron James. But it's almost like you can see the blood start going in his eye, and he goes into an absolute rage. They're trying to calm him down. Eventually, he breaks through and storms out. Kind of a crazy man. Good batch of headlines. Bubba, send us a break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788. Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Betty drove the semi. She pulled up to the pond.
The last couple years, it's been trending this way, but now we are officially here where I feel like I've seen more discourse surrounding Bad Bunny and Kid Rock than we actually saw about the Super Bowl game. And I understand the Super Bowl game actually kind of sucked.
It sure did.
I get that. I understand. But in the NFL and in sports, a lot of the times the conversation is not so much built around what actually happens on the field as much as it does like moving forward and legacy and everything. But we have spent more time dissecting the legacy of Bad Bunny.
Why do you say it that way?
And the potential, the reported record-breaking numbers for the most-watched Super Bowl of all time as it cracked 140 million viewers.
It bothers me when you say it that way.
That's part of the reason I do it.
To bother me?
Partly.
Yeah. Kid Rock.
Bad Bunny.
Well, Bad Bunny, I think I saw 133 million people watch the
latest
show.
Update I saw was 142. Or 143. They went up even higher.
Well, and if you compare that with the Turning Point USA show, I think the most I saw when I was watching was about 5.3 million.
There's been allegations that those were bots as well. That the number of people watching versus how the live chat was moving was not representative of 5 million people watching. But either way,
well, look, I mean, I don't think anybody thought that. Did they think they were going to make some Did they think they were going to outrate the Super Bowl?
I don't think that.
I mean, they were just providing an alternative for white people. And, you know, some white people chose to go that route. 5 million of them, I guess, or maybe 3 million and some bots. But, you know, I had it on my phone just out of curiosity, but I was still watching the TV.
I pulled it up a couple times just to see what it looked like. What I will say about the Kid Rock Super Bowl is that it's been revealed, or at least reported, maybe revealed is not the right word. It's been reported that it was pre-recorded in Atlanta, like last week.
Mm.
Have you seen that at all?
No, but I did see that he was lip syncing. Syncing,
and they never claimed that it was live. So like it's not like they lied about it. They didn't say it was live. But my problem was that, like, if it was pre-recorded, did they not watch it and see, like, wow, Kid Rock looks terrible here? Like the lip singing, like we got to find a different angle. We got to put up some type of graphic. We got to do something to help.
No, they said let's roll.
And I saw somebody breaking down, like, they did the same thing with the violinist and cello player. I don't know if you saw that. Like,
I saw that. Yeah.
Basically, it's like the way the strings are moving, it's not accurately reflecting the way the song is. And
only God knows why they would put it straight to air.
My only thought was that, like, yeah, like, did they not have any pride in it? Like they looked at it and said, 10 million people might watch this, but who cares?
Yeah.
It's not really about quality. It's just about an alternative method.
They were a little cocky about it, but did you know that the Stones were actually the last group to play the Super Bowl completely and fully live with no backing tracks or anything like that at all?
Really?
Yep. The Stones were the last to do it, which I take pride in as a fan.
So when you say backing tracks, you mean like just no instrumental at all? Like
zero help, zero. Yeah. And like apparently it was a big thing with the Super Bowl to get them to do that.
Yeah.
Like the Stones said they weren't going to play it if they couldn't play live.
Oh, that's good. Good for them.
Because a lot of people that play it, you know, there's a lot technically that goes into it. Of course.
Sure.
You know, and normally you have backing tracks and all that kind of stuff.
Now here you are, and we are doing the same thing I was getting ready to complain about, is that we have spent more time talking more about the halftime performance.
I would rather talk about Bad Bunny, to be honest with you, than I would Drake May and Sam Darnold.
About who?
Drake May and Sam Darnold.
You'd rather talk about who?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
I'm just really hoping that this leads to a WrestleMania match with Bad Bunny.
Say a race war.
Well, we're already there, brother. Look around. The culture wars are on. We've made a halftime show a big frontline battle of the culture war. Like that, to me, I always talk about just how tired I am of all of it.
Well, it's the same thing every year,
right? But to me, the fact we can't just get together. The Super Bowl's been boiling up that way, right? With like, we need some country people. Enough of this rap crap. Like, I hate Kendrick Lamar. Get Bob Dylan up there, something, just whatever. But it went to the extreme.
Answer, my friend.
It went to the
blowing in the wind.
It went to the extreme this weekend, or this year, where it was like, hey, we're gonna do that, but this time we're gonna put a guy up there that doesn't speak any English at all. We're gonna see how mad we can make the people that complain they couldn't understand Kendrick Lamar. You couldn't understand the rapper. Can you understand Spanish?
It's annoying because you know how certain groups are going to react to it. Like you know it's coming. But also the other side of it is annoying to me. Like last night I'm listening to Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington, whoever, and they're very woke, and they're talking about how great it was and how, it was fantastic. Maybe the best show ever since Prince. I'm like, come on. It wasn't that great either. Like I had no problem with it, but it wasn't like, they look like they're having a good time. Ultimately, that's what the halftime show should be to me. Are they having a good time or not?
I won't come out and say it was the best since Prince, but I enjoyed watching it more than most of them because I like watching beautiful Latina girls dance. Like I enjoyed it a lot. I like dancing. I like rhythm. I couldn't understand it, but I liked the visuals of it, and I liked it more than Kendrick Lamar last year. I liked it more than Usher and Justin Timberlake.
They're also saying how another criticism I've seen is just how it's such a made-for-TV product now. Like when you go back to Prince's, for example, which is probably the most iconic Super Bowl halftime. He's playing for that audience in the stadium, and like you get that live aspect. You feel that as a viewer. Whereas, this is a made-for-TV production where, like, you see the angles. Have you seen the videos of the angles from people in the crowd?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, what the hell's going on?
I mean, you'd say that wasn't unique to Bad Bunny. I mean,
it's evolved into that.
The weekend going through the mirror maze is what started it, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe Lady Gaga jumping off of the stadium, but like in Bad Bunny's case, like I think you had to have the made-for-TV production side of it because nobody else would understand it. You were able to pick up on the songs and the message he was trying to do just through the theatrics and just through the props and everything.
But that is what makes it special when you look at a performance like Prince's, is that whole stadium was into that.
Well, but also like Prince is an icon, and Prince was, had 8 songs everybody really wanted to listen to, and it was raining while he sang Purple Rain. Like, I think that matters too.
But you do get that comes across on TV. I feel like the stadium being into it, like the crowd, where you could say, it's more important for them to put on a show for $140 million on TV than it is for 68,000 in the stadium. Like, that would be the counter to that. But I do think that feeling comes across.
I would like to go back and rewatch Prince with that in mind, because I think it's easier just when you're up there with your guitar kind of strumming and being intimate. Like, I don't know.
Epic.
Like, but yeah, to me.
And another thing is you could understand the lyrics to the song.
I do like that there are now movements to talk about how vulgar Bad Bunny songs were that nobody could understand. Like, people have gone and like screenshotted the English translations of some of the songs without knowing whether or not it was edited at all, and whether or not it was, PG'd up, or if those parts were even saying in the songs, but people are just screenshotting that. Go listen to some of the Prince songs. They were nasty too, and go listen to some Kid Rock songs. That was crazy to me, was people, praising Kid Rock as a wholesome experience.
Well, he did mute out the bad words.
Well, they muted everything. They wouldn't say any of the bad words.
I noticed he didn't do "You've Never Met a Mother Effer Quite Like Me."
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite Kid Rock tunes.
Now with Ball with the Ball, they were still talking about, the methadone clinics and crooked cops and all those things. I mean, they still had some of the.
Kid Rock has always been a fraud. I mean, I've always liked him. I like his songs. Like, I love the Live Trucker album.
Yeah,
but
he is a fraud.
But going back to way back in the day, they talk about that in Detroit, right? Like, the people in Michigan are like, yeah, that guy was just a rich kid, and
he tried to play it from the slums, was trying to kind of ride in the same wave as Eminem, and was like a rapper first, and didn't get respect there, so then went to kind of the rock.
And it was
also playing like he was from the slums of Detroit when he was his dad was a pretty wealthy car dealer that lived in Romeo, Michigan, like on an estate.
And when he came up, it was the perfect time for that crossover.
Sure.
Like what he was doing musically to mix rap with rock. It's like, oh my God, like that worked perfectly in the late 90s into the early 2000s.
Yeah.
That was just right place, right time for him.
I'm fine with talking about the halftime in Bad Bunny, but I am fascinated about the NFL moving forward. It's crazy to me, and maybe not everyone does it, but I feel like every year here we do it, where we're NFL. We love it. And then by the time the Super Bowl actually comes around, that 2-week break, we just kind of lose interest in it. We don't really talk about it until like Friday of the game, and then it comes and goes on Monday, and we don't really talk about what happens next, or like, how we got there, or what. We kind of just move on.
I feel like we talk a lot about it.
We do talk a lot about the NFL, but like the 2 weeks leading into the Super Bowl, we spent maybe an hour,
just injury notes.
Yeah, an hour cumulative on it, and then like I said yesterday we talked a little bit about the game, but the national discourse has been more about the halftime show, and maybe that's because the game was so bad. I don't know. Maybe there's not anything interesting to go to next.
Yeah, I mean, let's think of the last time there was a great game in the Super Bowl. Like, did we talk more about the game, or did we talk more about the halftime? Because last year was not a great game either.
I mean, Shanahan's decision to take the ball first in overtime against the Chiefs, that was the last big talking point I think we had of the game. You remember that? Like whenever the Chiefs and 49ers went to overtime.
2020?
No, not that one. The one just from 2 years ago.
Oh, the one before the Chiefs and Eagles.
Yeah, the one right before then.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe you weren't doing radio. Maybe you weren't locked in on it at the time. But, like, that was a really good game. That one went to overtime. The Chiefs went down and scored a touchdown and won it. And that was the last time we kind of really dissected the game too much because.
Well, and you had legacy. You had Mahomes gets number 3. And so the conversation, we definitely talked about it because we started talking about Mahomes and Brady. Like that was the narrative the next day.
But it was also like, wow, Shanahan's an idiot. I can't believe he didn't know the overtime rules. He basically admitted he didn't know the overtime rules, that they were guaranteed to get the ball second, that they, still got the ball and would have a chance to go either match or win the game, which, of course, they go down and kick a field goal, and then the Chiefs go for a couple fourth downs and score a touchdown and win it. And we're just kind of like, what the hell is the coach doing there in San Francisco?
Who did the halftime of that Super Bowl? Was that the Weeknd?
That was Usher.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Usher.
Which was not a very memorable.
I liked it because I like Usher. But, it wasn't anything memorable.
And not one that anybody would really have a big problem with either.
No, because it was like, hey, remember that song? Yeah, you guys all used to dance to?
Yeah, white people like Usher, too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
he was pretty good.
Usher did fine.
Yeah.
Which we were kind of on a little bit of a streak because what was 23? Was 23, would that have been?
Well, you had when the Rams beat the Bengals. Would that have been the year before? You had Snoop Dogg.
Well, that was the West Coast one. Yeah, that was
my favorite. Like, I loved that one.
Okay. Which that one seemed pretty well received too. I mean,
it's old school. You got Dr. Dre. I mean,
Eminem.
That was just cool.
Eminem's a unifier. Both sides like some Eminem.
And that hit hard for us millennials. That was
all right. Working backwards, it went Bad Bunny. It went Kendrick. I want to say it was Usher. Was Glendale? Was that Justin Timberlake in 23?
I don't even remember that one.
I want to say that was Timberlake.
When was the Weeknd? Was that
or maybe it was
6 years ago? It feels like it was 2 years ago. It might have been 6.
COVID, man.
Yeah, you know how it is. You're going to tell me that was 2018. I know it hasn't been that long.
It was 2021.
Okay.
Is when that was. So that would have been in Tampa. That was when the Bucks killed the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Super Bowl
Rihanna was 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hers was fine. I was hoping she'd bring out Kanye, but she didn't.
Yeah, I liked Rihanna's.
But you're right, though. The narrative, though, after the last good game, we would have been talking all about Mahomes' legacy.
Sure.
Because I remember talking about it on the radio.
Yeah.
Because you said he was better than Tom Brady. And I said, no way. And we argued about it. But we definitely weren't talking about Usher.
No. Whereas, again, that's a different. Usher isn't a big main player of the culture war. Usher just makes some pretty safe R&B songs.
What makes it a culture war? Is it because the guy speaks Spanish?
Yes.
Okay. But when I hear culture war, I think of like white and black.
I think of it as right versus left.
Okay.
That's the way I look at culture wars these days. Now you could say
English speaking versus non-English speaking.
Woke versus MAGA is what I think of when I think of culture wars these days. And for the most part, you did have, hey, here's a portion of people that are going to pretend they love the show no matter what. There's a people that's going to pretend they hated it no matter what. And then you got some people in the middle.
Is it an unreasonable expectation to want the Super Bowl halftime show to be in English?
To get mad about it, I would say, to me, is just a weird thing to get mad about.
Yeah.
Like that's how I view. Like and I liked Bad Bunny, but if it was something, I think getting mad about the halftime show in general is a weird thing.
Is a sign of a low IQ person.
Yeah, like I didn't like Coldplay. I didn't want to see Coldplay perform, but
But you weren't upset about it.
Yeah, I didn't really want to see Katy Perry perform.
I think I've just never really cared enough to truly be. I've never been mad about it.
Shakira and J-Lo did not fire me up, but I was like, hey, both those women are beautiful. I'll give them a chance. We'll see what happens up there.
Yeah. Normally the halftime show doesn't do anything for me one way or the other. I just watch it and
I typically subscribe to the idea that it's not always meant for me, the guy that's going to watch the football game regardless. Like it's kind of meant for the rest of the world. They're trying to get in.
That's what Big Cat said from Barstool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, that's why the show there is to try to get the wives and the girlfriends and people that just don't really even care about the game to watch.
Well, it's very clear what the NFL's doing. They're trying to expand the game globally. And you said this guy's the biggest global superstar, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes sense. You want to be in Mexico, you want to be in Spain, you want to be all over the globe. You get a Spanish-speaking guy. I mean, if that's where the game is going. Now, the counterpoint to that, I think, would just be like, I don't want the game to be that.
Sure. And I don't want them to bring back U2. I don't want Bono to perform just because they're going to try to start playing football in Ireland. I'm good on that. But if Bono was back performing like he did in the early 2000s, I'll sit there and watch it.
I mean, I don't want the NFL to go global. Like, I want it to stay just an American thing because it's our thing. But it doesn't matter what I want because they're going to do what they're going to do. There's money to be made.
Very interested in where they go next.
Maybe they'll get
because Jay-Z's the one that's in charge of it. Which, I mean, it is kind of weird that it does seem like all the other people that were hanging out with Epstein and on the list are kind of hiding at least a little bit and show some shame. And here's Jay-Z at the out on the field. Here's me. Yeah. Here I am running this.
Yeah.
Well,
what are you gonna do?
I wanted to talk some football, but we ended up talking about just music. We fell into the trap. Drake May and Sam Darnold really are just that boring.
They really are.
Drake May and Sam Darnold really just have no juice.
We kind of knew that, though. Like, once this Super Bowl was set, I was like, And I think that's part of the discussion, or the lack of discussion we had. You had two boring teams.
Was it Drake May or was it Will Campbell?
I think it was both. But to your point, they did not give Drake May ample time to throw on a lot of the dropbacks. But the throw, I would have been more on your side with the Will Campbell slander, Bubba, had Drake May not thrown that awful interception when they were only down like 11 points and he just threw a knuckleball. I guess they were down 12 or whatever. He threw a knuckleball down the middle of the field and got picked off. He wasn't under like severe pressure in that one. That was just an absolutely abysmal throw.
Didn't he like step up with that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you could tell me that that's because he couldn't feel his shoulder. So, like, his throws are a little bit inaccurate because he doesn't have feeling in his arm because of all the pain shots they've given him. But, yeah, I can't blame Will Campbell for that when Drake May just couldn't hold on to the ball and quit turning it over.
I thought it was funny that there were some of the tweets that when they found out Bad Bunny was not a girl.
Yeah.
Like people that literally didn't know anything about who this person was. They're like, well, it's not a girl?
Yeah, it was funny. Like when they're interviewing some NFL players, at the media days, asking their favorite Bad Bunny songs, and none of them do it. And a couple were saying she. Like, no, she's cool. She's got swag. Yeah, everyone likes her.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a different time, different game.
I mean, we technically got a halftime heat with it when he went through the house and the table.
He came through the table. Maybe we're setting up him versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania. The Paul brothers, although Jake did back down and say, like, I don't know where that came from. I love Bad Bunny. I didn't tweet that, guys. We'll talk some football coming up next. Stick with us.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The voluntary reaction. We'll be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The voluntary reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
All right, Cody, let's talk some quarterbacks.
All right, I'm watching Lee Bryce.
Let's talk some quarterbacks. Some
okay.
NFL quarterbacks. We talked about Darnold. He did win a Super Bowl.
Oh, we playing this crap again.
That was Bubba. That was all Bubba. I do like Chambea, though. You ain't got no bullets.
I just don't like any of it.
Yeah.
I've come to realize on the culture war, I don't like any of it.
Yeah.
I don't like the woke side or the right side. I don't like Lee Bryce, and I don't like that crap.
It just made me excited for Cinco de Mayo.
Whatever happened to rock and roll?
Go see some dancing.
Yeah, I do like Spanish culture. I like the whole dancing and eating spicy food and drinking tequila and whatnot. It's a good time.
Does Sam Darnold rank for you now? Because typically the guy that comes out winning the Super Bowl, the quarterback typically gets a pretty big boost. Do you rank Sam Darnold now, or are you going to view the Seahawks the same way next year of like, they got a really good team, but still got a little bit of a quarterback problem?
Rank him where? Like
that's what I'm asking. Well, when I say that, I kind of mean like top 10,
top half of the league.
I think top half. I think you have to give him top half of the league.
Well, look, he did have some good performances this year. He
out-battled Stafford a couple times.
I was going to say in that Rams game, he went toe to toe. And I think Sam Darnold is definitely a top half of the league quarterback. You're saying how far can we go?
I'm asking if you'll put him in the top 10. Do you feel that way about him? He wasn't top 10 on Sunday, of course, but I just mean whole body of work. With him being young, with a rocket arm, he's kind of in his prime, the years you're supposed to be in your prime. He's there. He's on a good team. He's got a good wide receiver. Do you rank him near the top 10 or in the top 10?
I never know how to really rank these quarterbacks because I think the talent you got around you is so important.
Sure.
But I feel like that's the case with every good quarterback. Think about all the great quarterbacks that were lost on bad teams that just never could emerge or the situation wasn't right. And for the ones where the situation was right.
I don't know how many great ones we've lost that way.
I think there's maybe not great ones, but guys who fell through the cracks that just, if they ever got the right opportunity, maybe they could have been Sam Darnold,
No, that's fair. But like, I don't think the great ones, I think the great ones make their teams great. Like, I think they find a way to do it. Now, not always.
Yeah,
of course.
Look
but
at Mahomes and Brady, both great.
Peyton.
But would they be as great without Andy Reid and without Bill Belichick? I mean, to what level does that impact?
Peyton propped up overrated Tony Dungy and Jim Caldwell. So like I think Brady won with Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
So like I would say that the great ones are great regardless.
I agree, but I never know the percentage of what matters. Like, we've talked about Brock Purdy a lot in the past. Is he a good quarterback, or did he just have the best roster in the NFL for several years? Like,
I think for me, Brock Purdy has put that to bed when you just look at the way he's dealt with his injured supporting cast and like has still been able to do some good things. I mean, with Andy Reid though, it's funny because Andy Reid was thought of as a good coach, but he got fired in Philadelphia. Like he wasn't Bill Belichick until he got with Patrick Mahomes.
It's just the percentage of the divide. I never know how to, the pie chart.
Well,
like how good is Sam Darnold? I don't know, because I think the Seahawks defense is really damn good, and I think Smith and Jigba is really good.
I don't think that Sam Darnold's going to have a Patriots-esque run or be Tom Brady, but it is okay to be on a team that's led by your defense to win a little bit while you get better. I mean, that's what Tom Brady did. Tom Brady was winning those Super Bowls 17-14 and winning, without scoring a whole bunch of points until he became a killer. So, like, I think being on a good franchise, and who knows, maybe Mike McDonald, maybe he is just a stud. Maybe he is a prodigy. Like, he is a guy that has gotten it quick, and he has not gotten it like a Kyle Shanahan by being someone famous's son. He is not someone who, was kind of gifted it. He is a guy that, the story I saw yesterday was basically he just was hanging out and begging the University of Georgia for a grad assistant job. He said he went by the facility all the time and was looking for it, and then finally ran into Mark Richt at like Starbucks.
This Mike McDonald guy?
Yeah, and was able to basically get a job just by like talking to the coach there at a coffee shop. And it's like, yeah, come by. And like got that, and then grinded his ass off as a graduate assistant and, quality control guy, and then got into the NFL in 2014 with the Ravens as an intern and has, worked his way up.
He was the guy that used to go into the big company and said, I'll mop the floors.
Essentially, yeah. And like, I mean, he is only 38, but he has grinded. He has gotten it. He might just be a prodigy. Like, he might just be that damn good because he has always moved up. He has not stayed at the same position very long. He has, everywhere he's been, kind of worked his way up and gotten promotions.
Did he play college football? Did I miss that part?
I don't believe so. No,
he didn't have did he set out to be a coach? Like, did he have a degree?
Yeah. I mean, let's see. I mean,
I'm wondering, you said he just went to the Starbucks and saw Mark Richt.
He's 38 years old, which would mean he's 87, basically class of 87, I believe is how that would work out, maybe 88. And so in 2008, his coaching career got started at Cedar Shoals High School in Georgia. So he was a linebackers coach and a running backs coach for 2 years.
Just coaching high school.
Yeah, and then I guess was like, I got to get, this isn't for me. I'm better than this, blah, blah, blah. And then was just, constantly trying to get an opportunity with the Bulldogs. And then, just ran into Mark Richt.
So he was at the point where he's like, look, I'm coaching high school ball. I'm just looking for an opportunity.
And he would have been like 24, 25 at that age, I guess. Is that right? No, 08. He would have been, 20. He'd been 22. He'd been 22, somewhere around there.
How about that?
And was just like, give me a chance. And then George's like, sure. And then, like I said, he just kind of is. He was only a graduate assistant for 1 year. Then he was a quality control assistant. Then he went to the Ravens, intern, defensive assistant, defensive backs coach, linebackers coach. Got a big break with Michigan being their defensive coordinator, getting that Harbaugh rub. And then, the Ravens hired him to be the DC. And, the rest is kind of history.
Well, how about that?
And he's only 38. And he's already got a Super Bowl. So, like, he might be the wave on the other side where we always talk about the McVays and the Shanahans. This might be the answer to those guys, the young defensive mastermind.
It's a brutal division, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine being Arizona right now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
wouldn't be fun.
No,
really, just the whole West Coast. I mean, because I think if you look at the AFC West, it's the same way. Like your
Chargers,
you got the Raiders and the Cardinals kind of stuck down there at the bottom, but like the Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs are set up with quarterbacks and coaches, and then you're the Raiders, and you got neither. You're hoping you got your quarterback with Mendoza, but you'll see.
Something about being west of the Mississippi, I guess.
Then yeah, the NFC West is a absolute bloodbath, and the 49ers and Rams kind of dominated that spotlight for so long. Then the Seahawks kind of snuck in the back door. I don't know if they snuck in. They kicked down the back door.
They said, why can't this be us?
But they also looked and said, hey, we see what's in our division. We got McVay. We got Shanahan. We need a defensive genius to try to combat those guys. And that's what they went out and got.
I think it's fair to put Sam Darnold in like your top 12.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's okay.
How do you compare him against a guy like Dak or Burrow?
I think that Dak is I think Dak is better. I think Burrow is better. I'd rank him below both of those.
Just as an actual quarterback, playing the position.
I'm not going to act like neither Dak nor Burrow would have won a Super Bowl in Seattle
had they been Seattle's quarterback this year.
Yeah,
how many other NFL quarterbacks could have been the quarterback this year? And
now, well, see, that's a fair question, because I don't know if I would have taken Dak or Burrow to out-battle Stafford.
Yeah.
Now, Burrow a couple years ago, yeah, but like I don't know what I think about Burrow at this point. Like, I know we've always argued about it, but like I don't think he looked very good.
I feel like Dak is always out there battling, man. He's just got it's just Dallas. I don't know.
I think Dak would have done it. I think so. But also, I don't know.
Maybe ask yourself how many quarterbacks in the league could have done that with that team in his position. Maybe that's how you rank it. Like, would C.J. Stroud have done it? No.
No, C.J. Stroud had a chance to do it.
Would Baker Mayfield have done it?
No. I don't think so. But it also feels weird to say that Darnold is better than Baker. But it also feels weird to say he's not, since he just won a damn Super Bowl.
And therein lies the difficulty in these quarterback rankings.
I don't think there's very many quarterbacks that would have, in an NFC championship, thrown for 346 yards and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions like he did against the Rams.
He had a big day. He would not be denied.
And his Super Bowl stats weren't good, but it wasn't like they ever needed him to do something.
No, they were just trying to win the game.
They were never in danger there. It never really got close.
No, they didn't need him to do too much.
And they didn't need him against the 49ers either. He was 12 of 17 for 120 yards and a touchdown. They didn't need him to do anything because they ran the opening kickoff back and the defense won the game.
Yeah, but, props to him for dueling with Stafford there because he showed he could do it. So,
hour 2 in the books. Bubba, thumbs up, thumbs down. You got trivia? Thumbs up for Bubba. Let's go. We got some Tuesday trivia coming up. Stick with us.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
What's the difference between an ordinary EV and a Mercedes-Benz EV? The feeling. Electric is what gets you there. Mercedes-Benz is what moves you in ways no other automaker can. Feel the freedom of the superbly versatile 7-seater EQB. Revel in the inspired, customizable comfort of the EQE sedan. Sense the brilliant intelligence of the EQE SUV. Discover the boundless capability of the EQS SUV. And luxuriate in the flagship meets spaceship magnificence of the EQS sedan. Every Mercedes-Benz electric vehicle offers the very latest MBUX voice-activated AI software, as well as remote access to a whole host of functions via the Mercedes Me Connect app. The vehicle's electric, the feeling all Mercedes, the choice all yours. Test drive a Mercedes-Benz electric today at your local dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/EQ.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The voluntary reaction. We'll be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The voluntary reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Citizens National Bank.
We make it easy to save money. Get access to thousands of discounts on shopping, dining, and travel with the CNB Plus Perks account. It's a powerful new way to save money with roadside assistance, cell phone protection, identity theft protection, and credit monitoring. Banking at CNB has its perks. Call or stop by a branch for more details.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Overrated, underrated, a Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports said, not in my house, I ain't talking to Kim, babe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Want to remind you all, want some lunch plans for today. You want to listen to a little live Fan Run Radio. William Pattison, the Playbook, the guys from the Drive, they will be out there live today at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Go by and see them. Drink you some ice cold craft beer. Eat you one of those juicy burgers. Get you a homemade pizza. No, handmade pizza. Sorry, not homemade. It's not a home. I mean, they make it there, but just no one's living at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Handmade.
Marcus might.
Marcus very well could be living there. If Marcus is making it, it could be a homemade pizza. But go by, see the guys from the Playbook, the Drive. Eat local, eat good. Do it today from 1 to 6. Let's hit some Hour 3 headlines. What you got, Big Mo?
Thanks, John. Could I interest you in 67 degrees today here in our fair city?
Yeah. You can.
Not a lot of sunlight, but that temperature's going to be looking good.
I almost put shorts on this morning.
Yeah, I got them in my car. I wore shorts yesterday.
I almost put some on this morning, but I was like, you know what? That seems a little ridiculous because it still says it's 30 degrees on my phone.
Well, it's still cold in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still pretty cold.
But I should have done it because 68, it feels like it's going to be nice and toasty, all things considered.
Yeah, 68 degrees. I mean, that's you can do just about anything in 67, 68 degree weather. You can go out and cut your grass, feed your dog, shoot your deer.
Bubba, slide to the microphone. Did you go swimming in Vegas? You said you were going to, did you?
I did not.
Was it hot enough to go swimming?
Yeah, it was like 72 degrees out there.
That ain't hot enough to go swimming.
I felt fine.
You should have went to the Golden Nugget, the pool there. You could have swam with sharks.
I mean, I was everywhere there.
Why did you swim?
Except the big places. I I don't know. I mean, by the time I went up to it, I got there awkwardly and saw there's a woman leaving, and I was like, "This is gonna be awkward if I go in." And I don't know, just overthinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you overthink every social?
What's awkward about swimming with a woman?
No, she left. The woman wasn't even there. You didn't want to go in by yourself?
No, but I did. But then like two guys came up too, and they were like just in regular clothes, walking around like the pool deck.
Because was anybody actually swimming, or were they just tanning?
There were two people in the pool.
Oh, they must have been drunk. They must have been on drugs.
Did you go to the Carousel bar?
I did.
Yeah,
that's Back to the Future.
The old Plaza Hotel.
Yep.
The Carousel is Cody's favorite bar. I have heard that many times.
They're one of the great bartenders there. He hooked us up because apparently he knew one of the guys' like uncles.
Okay. Shout out to that.
Did you go to the sports book at Circus?
No.
Or Circa, I mean. Well,
No.
Circus.
Circus was a
Circa is what I'm thinking of.
It was a hotel for a while. I don't think it is anymore.
Didn't really do much with Circa.
Did you go to Tropicana?
Nope.
Okay.
Did you go out dancing at all?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Did you go to the Heart Attack Grill?
No, we stepped on the scale, and I was, I didn't make the thing go off, so I didn't get a discount. I didn't want to go in.
Yeah, you got to be $350 to eat for free.
Do you think Vegas Charlie and Bubba would have gotten along?
Weirdly, yeah. It'd be weird between them.
Yeah.
But it would be. I do think they'd like each other.
I thought about trying to hook them up, but then I thought about the age difference, and I was like, if I didn't work with Bubba, would I just hang out with Bubba? Like him
Brother, I was the youngest in my group. I was with 39 and 33-year-olds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't have been a lot of talking.
Well, also, I don't think my boy Vegas Charlie would have wanted to hang out with the entire group. But like, if it was you two 1-on-1, I think it would have been fun. But yeah, it would have been a lot of talking.
It would have been Vegas Charlie would have said, "So you're Bubba? You work on the show?" And Bubba would have said, "Yeah." And then it'd be like a minute of silence.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about something?
Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
they're very similar.
Yeah. Both cool guys.
Love them both.
David Njoku has confirmed that he is done. His Browns tenure is over.
Is he retiring?
Well, I don't know. I said initially he was retiring. Maybe he's not retiring. Maybe he's just done with the Browns. He will not return to Cleveland in 2026. He wrote in an Instagram post Monday, "The time for me to find a new home has come, and all I can think of is just the gratefulness in my heart. The city of Cleveland will forever be home."
How about this for ESPN.com? I know they gear it towards your likes and interests, but the front page, finding quarterback options in a bad quarterback offseason. Could Will Levis be on the move?
Oh, Lord.
Surely it's not gotten that bad for people.
On the move to where? A new financial investment firm?
Hey, might be a buy low candidate. You talked about Sam Darnold, brother. You get a bad coach, and he had a bad coach in Callahan.
Will Levis headed to a new mortgage lending organization?
Maybe just don't give up on him just yet. We would have given up on Sam Darnold too.
I would have.
I said people, but
I don't know if I would have or not. I probably would have. But, then I would think to myself, hey, I'm the Jets. Maybe I should keep this guy around. Rick Pitino reached another milestone Monday night at the expense of his son.
They played again? They just played like a week ago.
Yeah, it wasn't easy for St. John's, but they outlasted the pesky Xavier Musketeers 87-82 at the Garden for their 10th consecutive victory. It was number 904 on the court for Pitino, passing Roy Williams for third place in Division I history behind Coach K and Jim Boeheim.
I will say that St. John's playing better. They beat UConn on Friday night. That was a nice win. And then, followed it up last night with being able to handle success, being able to win again. I didn't watch any of the Xavier game, but I did watch quite a bit of the UConn game.
It was Pitino's second comeback victory in 17 days over his son Richard, or Dick, as some might call him.
I think he goes by Richard.
Would you go by Dick if you were a Richard?
No, I'd go by Richie.
Richie?
Yeah, like Kid Rock did.
Robert Ritchie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's old Bobby Ritchie out there. Yeah.
Which, I mean, it is his last name, I guess, so it's different. But I'd go by Richie.
LeBron James.
They lost. I'm over LeBron.
Well, he says we're not a championship team. That's what the headline is. You're right. They did lose, and LeBron is not happy with his team. After Oklahoma City prevailed in the game last night, LeBron was blunt when answering a question about what separates the Lakers from the NBA leading Thunder. He said, "You want me to compare us to them? That's a championship team right there. We're not. We can't sustain energy and effort for 48 minutes, and they can. That's why they won a championship."
Is that him calling out the front office, or is that him calling out JJ Redick?
It'd be funny if he's like, "We got a 42-year-old man out here on the court. We can't play the whole game.
I'm the best player right now because Luka's hurt. I'm 42 years old. I got drafted in 2003. It's 2026, brother." That's all you have to say. I was the one that had to try to carry the team over them.
You see where Adam Gase has ended his NFL hiatus to join the Chargers staff?
What role?
I don't know, but I bet he's got a wild look in his eyes.
Good for Harbaugh, I guess, to give him another shot, to bring him in and put him to work.
Do you think is James Pierce's career over? Is he going to survive that situation?
I don't think he is, and I don't think he should. I don't want to be vol crime or whatever, but like I want to see him get locked up.
Man, that's a tough deal there.
I want to see him get locked up, and when you read Rakia Jackson's account of things that happened, and her kind of giving the updates, I want him off the streets. Did you read this? What she like?
Yeah, I read into it. It's pretty damning.
I'll just kind of read this. This was from ESPN's story. Rakia Jackson told police she broke up with Falcons rookie James Pierce, whom she dated for 3 years, but recently ended the relationship. Rakia blocked his number so he could not reach out to her, but instead he used another phone to text her. This Friday, she texted him to leave her alone and that she wanted nothing to do with him. Saturday morning, she noticed, while stopped at a red light, that he was following her in his Lamborghini. He allegedly got out of his car and tried to open her door. Rakia accelerated away and drove toward the police department. Pierce got into his car, followed her, and then tried to rear-end her car near the police station. When she tried to back out, he collided with her head-on, and police arrived and then ordered Pierce to the ground with the gun drawn. Pierce got back in his car, locked his car, and started driving away, hitting a police officer in the knee. He crashed at an intersection, attempted to run away, and then resisted arrest from many officers.
Yeah, that's what I read. I read all that. Basically, he was stalking her.
I am on, again, I appreciate the time at the Vols, all those things, the 24 season. Yeah. Lock him up.
Well, they say depending on what he gets charged with, that him hitting the cop, it could be a mandatory.
It's a minimum of 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like we usually give people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to aggravated assault of police officers. I haven't seen footage of it and how black and white it is in terms of him running him over or not. And you got to be careful with that a little bit because, saying you try to hit somebody at the car, I think needs to kind of be intentional, in my opinion. But
yeah.
I think he's got enough just from the Rakia Jackson stuff that I want him off the streets.
Well, it's like you said yesterday. I mean, he's lucky he didn't get shot.
Yeah.
I mean, you run into a cop. I mean, look at that lady with the ice, in Minnesota.
Right.
I mean,
and they said that she tried to run him over, but it seemed like there was some dispute in that video, right, of whether or not she was turning the car away from the guy and like whether or not she tried to run him over. That's why I said I'd kind of like to see if James Pierce,
how clear cut it is.
Yeah, like was he clear cut running this guy over? Because at the very least, we got to get him some help and keep him away from Rakia Jackson and really away from women. But like, it is a scary story. And you asked if I think his career's over. Sadly, no, in the sense of like, if he doesn't go to prison, somebody will give him a job because we don't really care about your off the field stuff for the most part. If you're a good player, Like Greg Hardy threw his pregnant woman down on a bed of guns and like was beating her.
I remember that.
And the Cowboys were like, hey, yeah, you can come play defensive tackle for us.
Yeah.
To me, that's worse than what James Pierce has done so far. This is stalking, which is bad. Like, don't get me wrong, but like he hasn't, to my knowledge, or at least public knowledge, he hasn't beaten the hell out of Rakia, right? Like Greg Hardy was beating the hell out of his woman.
Yeah. I mean, who knows where it could have gone. He's obviously got some issues, but.
So, like, if he doesn't go to prison, I don't think it's the end of his career because I think he's good at football, really good at football, and someone will give him a chance if the Falcons don't just keep him themselves.
Well, Fernando Mendoza says throwing at the combine will not be a priority for him. He was on the McAfee show. He said he's more focused on throwing to his guys. At the combine, you're throwing to different receivers. It's a whole different thing. He's more interested in throwing to his guys at pro day.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's basically what all the quarterbacks are doing, right? For the most part, I feel like all the quarterbacks now are like, hey, we'll go to the combine, we'll do the interview questions, and Mendoza, is going to crush the interview questions. Teams will fall in love with him, but you also try to help your receivers out, and instead of throwing to guys you don't know and you don't have rapport with, you go there and you try to get your second string or your second wide receiver, you try to help him get up the draft board or whatever. You try to show those guys off and then, just get them on campus to watch other players at Indiana. That's the nice thing to do. The good teammate thing to do.
Yeah. Mendoza, of course, won the Heisman Trophy. Any interest in the early look at the 2026 Heisman contenders?
I imagine the very tip top of the list it has to be Arch, right?
Arch is up there. Yeah.
Also, he's not number one.
Well, I guess the way this is written, it doesn't really have him ranked. It just has the players on it, but
it doesn't have like this is a watch list. This isn't like the gambling odds.
Yeah, it's not necessarily in order, but
because I imagine that Arch is the gambling favorite, right?
Yeah, you got Arch, you got Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Smith, both from Ohio State. You got Dante Moore at Oregon. Gunnar Stockton.
I think Moore and Arch are going to be the two favorites. Sayin maybe. I feel like Sayin and Smith will just kind of take votes away from each other. Is kind of what I feel like is going to happen.
Malachi Toney at Miami.
Okay.
Brendan Sorsby at Texas Tech. Darian Mensah at Miami. Then they got Trinidad Chambliss, Marcel Reed, if Chambliss gets cleared, of course.
Wow, the actual odds-on favorite right now. You haven't mentioned him yet.
Who's that?
CJ Carr at Notre Dame.
No. This is a joke.
He's got the lowest odds.
You're telling me a joke right now.
I am not. And we didn't mention third place either. Third place, the quarterback who's taking over for Fernando Mendoza. Josh Hoover comes in at number 3 at 10-1 odds.
Interesting. Yeah, he wasn't on this list. Indiana is building a statue in honor of Bob Knight.
Ooh. Okay. I guess enough time has passed from Bob Knight choking all those people and abusing all those players. I guess enough time has passed to give him a statue.
They might as well go ahead and start working on Signetti's while they're at it.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, Indiana plans to build a permanent bronze statue of the Hall of Fame coach Bob Knight, displayed along the 1976 National Championship statues in the lobby of Simon Skjodt Assembly Hall. Basketball arena.
How many more coaches do you think are going to be accused of just mishandling and mistreating players and staff in the future? Like, you think Signetti could be one of those guys named in the future or no?
I mean, he does have the temperament and the look of a guy that would like be like a real hard ass, but like I think he's the opposite. And maybe I'm just giving too much credit, but he's like, we don't even practice. I don't even make my team do all their practices. Like we don't do that. Like I don't work them that hard. So like I feel like if you're not somebody that's like, cracking a whip in practice and like doing all those things and yelling and like running them into the ground, you're probably less likely to be the ones abusing them. You know what I mean? In terms of, whether coaches get accused of it, we are due for a scandal. It's been a while since we've had one in practice. Anything else?
Yeah, one other thing. The trial has begun for the 2006 murder of Miami football player Brian Pata.
Damn.
You remember?
20 years later? That's the one with the famous picture, right?
Yeah, where the guy who allegedly might have murdered him is looking down at him.
Yeah.
Crouched around the team there. Yeah, the Rashawn Jones is on trial in the death of Brian Pata, former University of Miami football players. Yeah, 20 years ago, Pata died of a gunshot wound in the parking lot of his off-campus apartment.
All right. Tuesday trivia coming up next.
Miss any of your favorite Fan Run show? Listen to the podcast on our free Fan Run Radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
I was afraid to cut the cord, but once I did, I couldn't believe it took so long to do it. Paying too much for my cable bill had become a bad habit. I either wasn't getting what I wanted or never knew where to find any of my favorite shows until it was too late. Plus, the prices just kept going up. Thankfully, I discovered a new way to watch, called Philo. For just $25 a month, I can catch all my favorite shows on networks like BET, MTV, and TLC. It even has Nickelodeon for my kids. I can watch anytime I want, anywhere I want. Plus, Philo lets me have up to 3 streams at once, so everyone can watch what they want at the same time. Throw in the unlimited DVR that saves all my favorites for up to a year, and this really is the best deal in TV. I just wish I hadn't waited so long. Sound too good to be true? Well, try it out for yourself, and you'll see why people who love TV love Philo. Go to philo.tv, that's philo.tv, and start your 7-day free trial now.
I need to get off the snot here. I've been getting my butt kicked. Something tells me Bubba's got something dumb cooked up that's not going to help me get off the snot here. But let's see. Tuesday trivia, what you got? Bubba, what topics we working with?
For today, gentlemen, we have General.
As we are one to do.
We have soups.
Oh, God.
Soups.
We have bowls.
We have Vegas.
Vegas.
We have Winter Olympics.
Oh, God. Ugh. Nobody's going to touch that one.
And we have famous water sources.
I'm going to score 3 points. I'm cooked again. The losing streak is going to continue.
Okay.
Famous water sources.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God.
This could be interesting. I'm going to try to begin with famous water sources for 3. It's probably a mistake.
The place where Achilles was dipped.
No, yep. I don't know that. It was some kind of river. What river was Achilles dipped in? You had the Tigris and Euphrates. Those are old rivers. The River of Jordan. Was that a place? River of Dreams by Billy Joel. I'm going to say the River of Jordan.
Sorry, that is incorrect.
Is it Euphrates?
It is the River of Styx.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give me General for 3.
General for 3. Kia used these animals for their iconic ad campaign backed by Maroon 5.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Kia used these animals for their iconic ad campaign backed by Maroon 5.
I got 2 things in my mind. Don't worry, Cody. My eyes are closed. I'm not looking for Bubba's reaction. The thing that immediately came to mind was Bears, the Kia Bears. Then for some reason, like the damn Alvin and the Chipmunks came up in my head. So I was like, am I thinking of the Chipmunks? Would that be considered an animal? I'm going to go with Bears. Give me Bears. Kia Bears.
Sorry, that is incorrect. It is hamsters.
Okay. Damn. Okay. You know what? I got to say, hamsters kind of in the middle of between bears and chipmunks in my head. So, you know what? I feel like I was picturing something.
You were close.
I was picturing something. Damn.
Let's try Vegas for 3.
Those damn hamsters.
Vegas for 3. The oldest casino in Las Vegas.
The oldest one?
I knew that was going to be a question, but I didn't know the answer. Which is why I didn't go with it.
Man, there's a lot of them that are old. I mean, I don't know which one would have been built first, though. The Tropicana.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It is the Golden Gate Casino.
Yeah, that was another guess. That one's right there on Fremont, too.
Okay. Let's try Winter Olympics for 3.
This country has the most gold medals.
Ever or right now?
This country has the most gold medals.
It must mean ever, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Does Bubba know?
I don't know if Bubba knows. What a weird question. I'll go with. Surely it's not the United States, right? But I would the country in my head is Russia, but they're not even. I don't even think they're a country that gets to compete in the Olympics anymore. But I'll go with Russia.
Sorry, that is incorrect. It is Norway.
Oh, okay. So does that mean right now? Are you just doing the actual medal count now, or all time? Do we ever figure that out?
I mean, I just looked up most gold medals in Winter Olympics, and shows Norway, and then a couple of other countries.
Okay, hot start. Let's see if we can go 0 for 5. I'll try soups for 3.
So it's all time. All time for Norway.
This cold tomato-based soup features raw veggies from Andalusia, Spain.
What?
This cold tomato-based soup features raw veggies from Andalusia, Spain.
Bisque.
So that is incorrect. I'm looking for gazpacho.
Oh, geez. That's a 3-pointer.
Vegas for 2.
Vegas for 2. This mobster was credited with inventing the Las Vegas Strip.
Oh my God. Is the guy from Casino real? That was already out there. But I was listening to a podcast that was talking about him.
My favorite movie.
Oh God. This is pitiful. This is the first one I felt embarrassed about. No, just go with Al Capone and move on.
Sorry, that is incorrect.
Yeah.
We're looking for Bugsy Siegel.
Oh, do you know that?
Nope.
A 2-pointer, huh?
Okay, 0 for 6.
All right.
Let's try famous water sources for 2. See if we can get on the board with this.
Great.
The fountain in St. Augustine that Juan Ponce de Leon found.
In Florida?
The fountain in St. Augustine that Juan Ponce de Leon found.
The Fountain of Youth?
That is correct.
That's the only fountain I've ever heard of.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's the only one I knew too, but it's kind of wild that you get half the answer in the question.
Well, what else? How else would he phrase it?
Just the body of water, the water source. I mean, I don't know. When you say it's a fountain and the answer is Fountain of Youth, and you've already given me fountain to make me think of the only fountain you know, which is what Cody said.
Well, that is a 2-pointer. There's also
so was the one about Bugsy so-and-so.
There's also that fountain where you throw the pennies in.
God.
I don't know what they call that one.
General for 2.
General for 2.
This is pitiful.
Individual bones that make up the spinal cord is called.
God, it better be vertebrae.
That is correct.
Oh, thank God.
I was going to say, what else would it be?
Yeah, it better be vertebrae.
Okay, 2-2 going into 5. It's like the Patriots-Seahawks game. Let's go with soups for 2.
This artist is known for his 32 paintings of Campbell's soup cans.
An artist?
I think I actually know this one. Damn, I wish I got this one. I think.
Andy Warhol?
That is correct.
Oh, I wouldn't have got it. I thought it was Norman Rockwell. Never mind. I know he did like those, slice of Americana.
That was a shot in the dark. I knew it had to be
fantastic.
A fairly recent artist.
Good deal. Love that. Good for you. Give me Olympics for 2.
American snowboarder named the Flying Tomato.
You started talking about this other redhead that wasn't Shaun White, but I don't remember his name, but I don't remember. I just got to go Shaun White because that's the only redheaded snowboarder I know.
That is correct.
Okay. Isn't there another redhead now or no? Okay, never mind. I
I
thought
don't know
you
if
said
he's
that.
officially on the Olympic team, but his name was Red Gerard.
Okay, yeah. Is he redheaded too, or is his name just Red?
He is.
Do they call him the Flying Tomato as well, or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not that I know of. I don't know.
All right, good.
Redheaded stranger. Okay, so it's 4-4 going into 6.
Somebody's got to blink first, buddy.
I got 2 strategies here. We have no 2s or 3s. But if I go for a 1 and then you hit a 4, but if I go for a 4 and miss, you're guaranteed to win almost, right? Isn't that how that would work? What's the strategy here?
You said we're heading into what round?
We're heading into 6.
Yeah, 6.
We're tied at 4-4.
Yeah.
But see, if I don't get it and then you get a 1-pointer, then I'm going to be forced to do a 4 anyway. But if I do a 1, then you do a 1, then I do a 1 again, and you do a 1, then we just have a tie. You could force a tie. Are we going to be able to get any of these 4-pointers? You know what? I'm going to not be a coward. Famous water sources for 4.
What about Bob with Bill Murray's featured around this lake?
Okay, Vegas for 4. What now? Let's
There's a
repeat
movie,
this.
What About Bob?
The movie What About Bob with Bill Murray is featured around this lake.
Man. I mean, Bill Murray seems like a Midwest guy, like Lake Michigan comes to mind. Could be a Great Lake, or it could be like Tahoe. It's got to be American because it's Bill Murray. I have no idea, Bubba. What about Bob? What about Bob? What was the movie about? I've never seen it.
Bob's a
Dr. Leo Marvin.
Yeah, Bill Murray plays a crazy guy, basically, that calls his therapist and then ends up at his therapist's vacation.
Lake Michigan.
Sorry, that is incorrect. We were looking for Lake Winnipesaukee.
Jeez. I should have just gone for a 1-pointer.
Yeah, but I'm going to miss a 1-pointer because Bubba's going to have it graded way too hard, and it's going to be embarrassing.
I basically guaranteed to lose.
Give me General for 1.
General for 1. Turner Field was the home of this baseball team.
The Atlanta Braves.
That is correct.
Yes, we surge ahead. Let's go.
Why did I go with that strategy? I should have just let you tie.
Well, no, you get 2 swings at a 4-pointer.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get it. Okay, 5-4 you going into 7.
Come on.
Let's try.
You could just go for a 1-pointer and put the pressure back on me.
And then you win the game. Let's try. That's a bad strategy by me, but either way. Vegas, General.
Oh, he's going to get this. And I
don't think I can get Vegas for 4.
And I'm going to be so mad.
I have no idea what it'll be.
Come on. Daddy needs a win here.
Let's go with General for 4.
Oh, that was my safety net. Oh, he's going to get it.
To maintain their immortality, Greek gods drank nectar and ate this.
Oh, no.
Oh, I don't know. I watched Hercules 500 times as a kid, but I don't know if this was in it. Come on. They drank nectar and ate this. Please miss it. I can't think of it. I mean, I don't know it. Come on. Hearts.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Yes.
We were looking for ambrosia.
Yeah.
Let's go. Vegas for 4.
Vegas for 4. In the movie Casino, Sam Eighth Rothstein is inspired by this gambler/handicapper.
Was it Jimmy the Greek? Or no, who is it? Jimmy?
A guy named Frank Rosenthal.
Okay.
I don't think I would have got his name. Well, congrats to you. 5-4.
You know, ironically, you kept talking about how much a benefit it was going first. You were unseated by going first. Well, all the pressure is on you in this defensive battle.
I shouldn't have tried to go for the win. I should have kept it conservative and gone to overtime and then hoped for – then it would have been 50-50, you know?
Yeah.
I knew those 4-pointers were going to be too hard.
Bubba was probably very happy because he probably didn't have a tiebreaker question ready to go. So he probably
I would have just asked you a 5-pointer and
Yeah.
had both of you give me an answer at the same time.
Yeah.
It was a tough strategy there with all the 2s and 3s gone.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
Like I said, it paid off to go second that time.
Well, you got off the schneid.
Not a performance to beat my chest about, or we still got a lot to work on, you know. We were just barely good enough today.
Yeah, those 4s were rough. Those were all kind of rough.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. Like I said, I don't feel smart. Norway, Okay, I guess I don't care about the Winter Olympics at all.
I don't either. I'd rather watch anything.
Would you have guessed who won gold in 2002 after every other competitor crashed in the speed skating?
Wait, say that again.
For the Winter Olympics in 2002.
Is that Utah?
I don't know.
I think it was, actually.
This country won gold after every competitor crashed in short track speed skating.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Hans something.
I was just
Hans Bjorgenschleck.
Is it not kind of crazy that the Winter Olympics have been around since 1924, Cody? How many gold medals do you think Norway has?
I don't
like,
know.
What do you think the most gold medals all time are?
38.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I don't know what that. I wouldn't even know how to judge, how to guess.
I mean, going for 100 years.
Okay, like 212. I don't know.
To me, that would have been a better guess. I mean, it was a better guess too, but like to me, it's surprising they've only won 148. Like America's only won 113 gold medals in the entire history of the Winter Olympics. That seems low.
I mean, what is it? It's like skiing, it's luge, figure skating.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe there's not a lot of events, but like,
what
do you think the number is for the Summer Olympics? I mean, like, I feel like we win like 60 gold medals a year, or like 40 gold medals a year in the Summer Olympics.
I don't know, like 500.
How many gold medals do you think America has in the Summer Olympics?
Do we have the most all time?
In the Summer Olympics, yeah. Well, I say that. I'm 90% sure that is the case. Yeah.
Do we usually always win?
The gold medal count? Yeah, typically.
No, 538.
No, it says we have more than 1,000.
Oh, wow.
It says we have 2,700 total. I mean, maybe there's just a whole bunch of more events. I don't know.
More events, more going on.
We're better at it.
Yeah, I mean, Winter Olympics it's always been weird.
I don't like the Winter Olympics at all, but it's confusing to me that we've won 2,700. We've won 2,700 total medals in the Summer Olympics. We had only won like 100. What is this? 95 plus 122 plus 113. I mean, that basically comes out to what, 235 plus 95. So that makes it 330. It says we won 330. That can't be right. Yeah, 330 total winter medals. So like 2,400 fewer. It just seems crazy.
Who needs to be good at anything in the winter? The winter should
Norway, I guess.
The winter should be reserved for getting ready for the spring.
I guess Norway. They're like, hey, we're good at this stuff. This is what we do.
If you have to have snow to be good at your event, is it real?
This is what we do. We ski around. We do stuff. I won't say great batch of trivia questions, Bubba, but I appreciate the work, and I have no issue with the difficulty, the value you had of them. Other than the Vegas question, a 2-pointer seems kind of crazy, but maybe everyone knows that. I don't know. I didn't know it.
I didn't either. Have you ever gone skiing?
No, I talked about that this weekend, but I've never been. I don't really have any desire to go.
I've never been either.
I don't really want to.
What about tubing?
No. I mean, I've been sledding like at home, like on hills, but I've never gone to like a resort and gone tubing.
Yeah, like you've never gone to like Colorado for.
Yeah, no.
I've never done that either, but I knew a lot of people that did, like in school, you know, that people would go skiing, but I never went.
When it snowed back in the day, we would just tie up a big tarp behind the four-wheeler and just drag it. Kind of like you're on a boat, inner tubing. That's what we'd do.
We did that too.
Yeah. That was a fun time.
I think we used a tube, though.
We did a big-ass tarp.
That's fun.
Last call on the other side. Stick with us.
You're locked onto Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and online at fanrunradio.com.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. I'm happy to announce that our free stump grinding promotion for Fan Run Radio listeners is now extended to March 31st, 2026. If you've got trees in your yard that need to come down before they fall on your home, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes and mention you heard our ad on Fan Run Radio, and we'll get rid of that problem tree for you and grind those stumps for free. Call us at 865-384-2012 or check us out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Program. Shout out to you today, Bubba. You came back from Vegas with a vengeance. You're running the whole production side over there by yourself. You had great trivia questions. But good job by you holding everything down over there. With Darren Peterson sitting out last night, that means that he set out against Duke, UConn, and Arizona. 3 of the teams you would consider at the very, very top of college basketball. Is that a red flag?
I think so. I think you begin to wonder how serious he is about competing against top competition.
Does it give Ben Simmons a little bit? Like, to me, it does. I think he's going to be better than Ben Simmons, or at least as Ben Simmons is pretty damn good for a little while, but I don't know. Ben Simmons never, I guess the way I should phrase it is Ben Simmons never kind of shook those allegations as far as I was concerned. You remember him just taking his ball and going home and kind of quitting on the team at LSU?
Yeah.
And then he got to the NBA and he had a lot of quitting him in the NBA too. Like he never really switched gears to show he was a different level of competitor.
Well, did Darren Peterson also sit out games against bad teams, or is that just the 3 he missed?
No, he's had some even against BYU. He just played half the game against,
What's the deal with him? I mean, because last night they said he flu-like symptoms. I mean,
did you see the ESPN guy go viral? The stat keeper for the TV broadcast? He went viral because somebody on the front row zoomed in on his text message exchange, whereas he was texting somebody about basically how Darren Peterson just quit. Like, or maybe I shouldn't say quit, because I don't think he left the team, but apparently Bill Self said, hey, if you're going to play, you're going to play. You're not going to sit out a half. If you're going to be out there, be out there.
Yeah.
Because against BYU, he only played basically the first half and then set out the second half. And I guess Self gave him a little bit of an ultimatum. And the guy texting said that Peterson said, bleep it, I'm out. And then just didn't play.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe some concerns there about and also, do they even need him? I mean,
they need him to win a title.
They're pretty good without him.
Yeah, they need him to win a title. But, I mean, he's been really good when he plays. He just doesn't really – he's not really reliable.
A little bit of a prima donna.
Yeah, it seems that way. But also at the same time, he is a number 1 overall pick right now and probably just trying to play out the rest of this year to go and be a generationally rich player.
I don't like guys like that.
No, I don't either.
I like the competitor, the guy that cares about a championship. And, that's Kansas is willing to invest in you to make that happen. And I feel like you should show him a little more love and respect. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, he is that good of a prospect, though, that he's probably going to get by with it. But in a draft where you have Boozer and Demansa, and both those guys worthy of being the number 1 pick, I do wonder if it costs him to be the number 1 pick. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe if you have your choice, you choose one of those guys over him.
I think I would. But then at the same time, if the Hawks have a number 1 pick, I'm going to really want that guy. So I don't think I actually would put my money where my mouth is there. I think I just draft him and hope for the best. Josh Elander made his weekend rotation known. Opening day starter on Friday is going to be Tegan Coons.
Okay.
Tegan Coons, of course, a sophomore, was here last year. Was a starting pitcher. Kind of a weird end of the season for him where he was pitching in the SEC tournament and then we just never saw him again. I think it kind of led to thoughts that he might transfer, get out of here. But that was not the case. He is stuck around and he will be the opening day starter for Josh Elander's first ever game as Tennessee head coach. Your Saturday starter will be the Rutgers transfer, London Mack. And your Sunday starter will be the lefty from Virginia, Evan Blanco. Bubba, Cody, those updates do anything for you at all?
It's a little early for me.
Yeah.
Which I don't know much. I don't know anything about the other 2 guys you mentioned. Tegan Coons is a familiar name, of course, but it's this time of the year, just, I don't know. It doesn't feel like baseball to me. It's a spring sport.
I'm glad we have an opening kind of, set guys set, but I'm curious to see if any of them will end up changing. So
yeah, like Arvidsson is a guy that, maybe he tries to get in the starting rotation whenever he gets up to speed. Elander did say that he was a little bit behind schedule. Not that he was panicked about it or anything, but just said he's a little bit behind schedule, dealing with some injuries. So he's not getting any of the weekend starts. I would imagine this is your rotation, and Arvidsson's still kind of that relief guy that you bring out of the bullpen that you can throw out there and let him get 3 or 4 innings for you if you need to. Kind of be that long-term guy.
But we're playing a home series this weekend?
Home series this weekend.
Nicholls State.
Well, I mean, it's an opportunity to go see the new stadium.
Yeah.
If nothing else, whether you care about the baseball this early or not. I mean,
no better way than to spend a Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
How about a little combo? You go out on Saturday to the baseball game. I think it's at 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock, and then you go watch Tennessee play LSU over at the Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center after it. Make it a Valentine's Day that your lover will remember.
I mean, it beats going to the Ice Bears game.
It depends. So are they doing the Wiener Dog race? If they're doing the Wiener Dog race, I would disagree. I would rather go to watch a Wiener Dog race versus a game against Nicholls State.
I'd rather see the new stadium.
Yeah.
See the improvements.
Have you ever been to the Wiener Dog race?
How it looks. Not that particular one.
Yeah, well, you're missing out. They're really cute.
Cody wants to participate.
You can borrow Frank.
How would I participate?
I just told you.
I'm not a Wiener Dog.
I'll let you borrow Frank. You take him down there and you let him compete.
He doesn't want to do that.
He's done it twice.
Has he really?
Yeah. First time he was way too young of a puppy. He was like 3 months old. He just sat on the ice and was just like, what the hell is this? Second time I took him, he competed. He just didn't really know what was happening. I maintain he was in first place at about the halfway point, and then he kind of stopped and looked around the other dogs, so he was leaving in their dust, and he didn't realize he was racing, and three of them passed him, and he finished fourth.
I imagine most of those dogs probably don't know what's going on.
Some of them are trained. Some of them do a lot of them, and like they take a – see, I didn't really have a ball to throw. Like the idea is you take something, and then your partner, your lover, whatever, goes to the other side, and then you throw a ball to them, and the dog runs after it.
What
but
if you don't have a lover?
You'd have to have a friend step in.
You got to run all the way to the other side.
You would have to go down there and we'd have to tag team it together. So like if I let you take Frank, you would have to take somebody on the other side. But he's too old now.
Yeah, I don't want Frank to have to risk injury in an event like this.
He's
be like Lindsey Vonn out there.
In a way, yeah, kind of.
I want Frank to get hurt.
He ain't got much of a sprint in him anymore. He can still get he can still get the zoomies every now and then. And he's still got a nice little trot, but he ain't got the full-fledged sprint anymore. But that wiener dog race is cute. Just can't believe I let him down because he was the fastest dog there that day. I still think about it from time to time.
Missed opportunity.
You think that's how parents feel like when they watch their kid play Little League and he strikes out and you're kind of like, oh, man, I should have trained him a little bit better.
Probably. You know what they say? Having a dog is just like having a kid.
I shouldn't have worked.
Same thing.
I shouldn't have worked so many late nights. I should have got there and played catch with my kid and he wouldn't have dropped that fly ball.
Yeah. That's the regret.
If I just would have told him no on the ice cream one time, he might have been fast enough.
Hey, at least he's out there playing sports and not a theater kid or something, you know?
Could he have picked up that 4th and 1 had I just not given him ice cream and he was a little bit faster around the edge?
At least he's not one to dance on Broadway. This boy's out there competing.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you'll have some radio guy say that he shouldn't have been playing through an injury. He should have quit when the going got tough. When things got hard, he should have packed it up and melded in like Cody told Lindsey Vonn to do. An Olympic hero.
She's had a great career.
And she deserves to go out her way.
She's done enough for us.
She's still with Tiger?
No, they broke up a while ago. She dated PK Subban after that. I don't know who she's with now, but not Tiger. Good job by you today, Bubba. Cody, appreciate you toughing it out. Sam's supposed to be back tomorrow. Please don't call out. You can come back. We'll talk to you tomorrow. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps. When Rocky Top hit rock bottom.
Multiple reports now that UT is in the process of hiring Greg Schiano as its next football coach.
A fan base's livelihood flashed before its eyes.
I mean, if there's anything inside you that still cares about the university, get down to campus right now and make your voice heard.
And then we said, enough is enough.
John Reed is on the steps of the training center, and he's rallying the troops with a bullhorn.
Hell no, CNO! Hell no, CNO!
From the ashes, we rose up, the fan base that started a revolution, and the station that led the charge.
Getting reports from within the athletic department that the deal is off. Pretty connected guy saying the deal is off. That was a direct quote.
When the time came, you were ready.
We are starting a revolution that says we're not going to take this shit from you anymore.
For the fans that refuse to settle.
We have successfully shut this down today.
This is Fox Sports Knoxville.
We are the caretakers now.
Fan Run Radio.